Hey everyone. Well, probably not a whole lot of people in the stream right now. Just give me a sec here. I'm going to start sharing this on my pages. Now, this is going to be a totally relaxed, engaging with all you in the chat, because I know when I'm focused on doing my interviews, I get hyper focused on the person that's participating in the conversation. So I do tend to ignore those of you in the chat, and I'm sorry for doing that. That's why I'm going to try to make up for it here tonight in this live stream. Okay, let me just share this real quick here, like I say, to the rest of my pages. Okay, now. Do 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 do. There's definitely no shortage of stuff to discuss, but you know what? We might have to save the serious stuff for another time. Just be a little bit more light this evening, because it is Saturday evening after all, right? You know, not every day has to be all serious and shit, right? That's one thing that I don't think I've iterated enough to people is, yeah, I know I look real serious most of the time about, well, the topics I cover, obviously pretty serious, but yeah, I can totally kind of a fun guy too. That's the thing. I'm not always serious, right? You don't get to see the fun part of me for the most part, because yeah, I don't put that on YouTube videos, but trust me, I still like to have a lot of fun, folks. Okay. That looks good. Actually, I should share it now that I'm thinking about it. Let me get this up on Gab too. Yeah, if you're not on there, by the way, actually, before I start too, if you're not on some of these alternative platforms, I do highly recommend that you head on over and make a subscription or a channel or a profile on some of these alternative platforms. Because as you're recognizing, yes, some of these dominant players, yeah, who knows how long we're going to have to be able to use these dominant players, right? It may come to the point where you'll have only the alternative platforms such as Gab or Minds or BitChute, where you can propagate what you got to say with genuine freedom of speech respected. Because that's the beautiful thing I love about Gab and Minds too, is that there is no restriction, and you can say what you got to say. I mean, there are certain parameters, of course, we all have to follow and abide by, right? Like things that I think most people accept, no child pornography, actually, even pornography in general. How the hell did a fly get in here? Anyways, all that stuff, of course, but when you're talking about just freedom of speech, well, I mean, there's lots of sites if you want to share porn and shit, right? But yeah, these platforms are predominantly meant for us to engage in discourse and conversation and dialogue and debates. The fact that you have certain actors or participants or people that run these institutions that just want to silence one side, right? Like, so if you're right leaning or in any way that's not a progressive, not from the progressive church, right? If you're not a representative of the progressive church, because let's just be honest here, folks. Progressives, it's a new religion, and what it is the progressives that seem to dominate the discourse today, they rejected Christianity, and they had to find another means or measure to have some kind of moral authority or cohesion as far as the moral underpinnings or aspects. And what they've done is they've made that the state, government, fallible human beings, actually not just fallible human beings, but people that are predominantly predisposed to want to be your authority in some way, want to control you. So they want to place their faith in the hands of their fellow man, woman, or child. Whereas myself, yeah, if we're going to have some kind of moral authority, I prefer to keep that in the abstract, right? Where they can't actually, like, God's not going to come down and cause real genuine harm to me tomorrow if I don't align with the particular ideology. That was the whole point of Christianity, and after post-Reformation is you have free will. God's not going to impose his will on you. You'll have free will. It's just the pretense is if you don't do the right things, then you're going to suffer consequences further down the road or subsequent to your death, right? Anyways, yeah, I'm already getting serious here. I tend to be serious when I do these things. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep it light, like I say, folks. Okay, so that's good. That's shared. That one's good. I'm going to close up the rest of these pages so I don't have to worry about them impeding on my stream. Oh shit, there's already a bunch of people in there. Hey Ian, how's it going? Oh, by the way, too, finally, I couldn't believe that. Like, well, I said, you know what? I got to actually, yeah, there's enough people in the chat now. And yeah, hi Meyer, Ian, by the way. But yeah, like I was trying to get to is I monetize my channel. And actually, it happened really quick. I was thinking that they would try to stretch that out because I've heard other people say, oh, it could take months before they approve you for monetization. Now that I've done it, it's like, shit, I should have done it a long time ago. Although I haven't made, actually, I'm at 9 cents. It's so far. Not quite a dime, but I'm already a nickel up. Right. But either way, I figured, you know what? For me, if I'm going to do this, and I am, like I said so many times in the past, yeah, I can still do the construction stuff and I'll probably be able to do it for a while longer, but I got to transition to doing something later on in my life that's more conducive to basically like this. It seems like I do at least a rather decent job of it. And you know what? Of course, I should be economically compensated for what I do. I mean, my physical prowess and what I offer out there, and I've done that, like I say, for what, 3+ decades now over the course of my life. I've offered lots of my physical prowess and what I can offer, even some of my intellect as far as like engine building and stuff like that. But actually, as meaningful as some of those positions and jobs or occupations I had in the past are, some very important aspects of the philosophical underpinnings or the principles that I espouse, actually that has a ton of value too. That's the thing with people today is the way things are valued, right? Actually, proper philosophical underpinnings or principles are actually even more valuable than, you know, the things that you consume as far as purchasing power in terms of currencies, right? Like the consumable goods that we get, not undermining the consumable goods that we definitely require, but yeah, of course there should be monetary compensation afforded to those who propagate intellectual dialogue or putting forth philosophical principles or ideas, right? That there has to be value in that. If there's no value in that, then oh damn, we're in a lot worse position than I even initially thought. So yeah, I've monetized the page, and I'm going to see what I can do so that hopefully I can continue to do this. Even though right now I kind of do it full time, but I still make my videos in 2 or 3 chunks over the course of the week. So I'll do like a few in one day and then a few another day. But because I do it in that manner, well, that sometimes some of the big breaking stories come out days later because I'm not right there at that moment to cover it. Whereas if I could do this literally full time every day and make this something where I can make a living from, then I could definitely stay on top of things. And I think this is something that's very important. It's vitally important that there's at least a small amount of us Canadians that are being economically or financially supported for all we put in to not just the political discourse, but offering up our own means of educating and informing people, right? You go to school, right? Every time you go to school or you send your kids to school, those teachers are being economically rewarded and compensated for teaching people. Why shouldn't I? Matter of fact, a lot of the things I have to offer and provide would give people that's consuming what I have to say much more education as far as having a firm grasp or understanding of what freedom and liberty even entails than you'll ever get from whether it's in your grade 1 to 12 all the way up to post-secondary institutions and educations that charge you to the tune of what, maybe 10,000. Go like take philosophical or political science or something. Listen, I can give you all that stuff at a fraction of the cost, and I only require a small fraction of the cost. So yeah, you're getting a bargain for your buck as far as helping to support people like myself. And like I say, it's not just about me, it's about many people out there. But like I realize we can't support everyone that's trying to propagate what they got to say. But hey, I'm all about market and competition. And if you think that I'm at least someone that's at least worthy of your donations or your support, or well, now that I have AdSense, hopefully the advertisers, that's the thing. Actually, I did notice as soon as I monetized it, how it works is it goes through all of your videos, and there was quite a substantial portion of my videos that were demonetized. Why? I have no idea, because they don't tell you. Now, I would have to go back through every one of them, but because they're videos I've already done in the past, I'm not going to worry about it. But they give you the ability to appeal it. I'm not sure how much emphasis on going places and trying to appeal those decisions already. I'm just going to see how it works going forward after this point. Whoa, what's going on here in the chat here? Okay, just one sec. So, oh yeah, got to keep in the back of my mind too. Like my wife's pretty good as far as helping me out is try to keep my answers a little bit shorter, she says. It's probably some good advice because I do tend to ramble on from time to time. So got to keep that in the back of my mind. Some good advice from the wife. I will not be gendered. Right on. Hey, whatever, right? Do your thing. Hey, you got a name. That's the thing about all this gender stuff, right? I'll try to keep this short as well as you got a name, right? If you got a name, who gives a shit about what your gender is? I don't have to call you by a pronoun. I just got to know your name. Right? So just tell me what your name is and I'll reference you by your name. Whew. Problem solved. Don't need no social justice warriors or tribunals or quasi kangaroo courts to dictate and determine how I should reference you. Huh? Easy thing is just, I'll call you by your name. How's that? That seemed pretty short. Verbal amendment. Oh, well, I'm not even quite sure what that emoji is. Actually, just give me one sec there, folks. Hold on. I got to go back over to, I'm going to have to get up and just give me one sec. I got to go turn the fan on. It's a little warm in here. It was rained pretty heavily there earlier and had all the windows shut and it feels a little muggy in here. So just give me one sec there. Hold on. And I'm back. And actually, it looks good on this end. Let me just double check here because, yeah, it's hard to tell when I'm on my own, looking at it through my own. Hey, what's going on? Oh, there we go. But on your end, I'm just going to be looking to see is my the quality good? I'm not cutting up or breaking down in any way. Just let me know there if you can in the chat. Carrie Fritz, hey CL. Hey, what's going on? Let me actually increase the font size here. Us older guys, I got to increase the font size. Cal Fritz. Oh, Fritzy. Cal Fritzy. Hey, Cal Fritzy, how you doing? Thanks for joining the chat, by the way. Appreciate it. Yeah, because this is going to be, like I say, and it's going to be hard for me because, you know, I get on these rants and shit. But I'm going to try, like I say, make it solely about dealing with everyone in the chat today. Do you make any small engine repair videos? No, actually, I haven't done that. You know, that's something. But you know what it is I'm not anywhere near for the most part now because I've had to all of my shop, well, my garage, everything, all my tools and everything is in my garage in New Brunswick. Oh, I shouldn't be letting this out of the bag. Someone might want to try to rob me. No, I'm just kidding. But it is. Most of my tools and everything I did is in my home in New Brunswick, and because of everything that's happened in my past, if you're not familiar, yeah, I've had a whole lot of crap that's happened to me, mandatory minimums, and I was a truck driver by trade. Anyways, because of the crap that has happened because of big government, I've had to travel elsewhere. Now I am back to my home periodically, but not long enough where I could do what you're suggesting or alluding to, which is making videos about small engine repair. Although that is something, like I say, it's important. I would love to be able to be in a position, but if I did that, I probably wouldn't have a whole lot of time to do this. That's the thing. I get hyper focused when I am doing particular activities. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes maybe not so much because it doesn't allow me to spread myself out more thinly. But like, once again, the one thing that I've always found beneficial about being hyper focused when you're undertaking or trying to achieve a particular task is that hyper focus makes sure that you do. It usually makes it so that it turns out when I do things that way, it's much better than most people that aren't quite as focused on the particular endeavors, right? So I do kind of hold myself to that kind of ridiculous standard, and I know it is a bit ridiculous at times because I'm, like I say, I'm very, very meticulous on everything. Even engine building, I'm very meticulous. I'll measure 3 times, or I'll use the torque wrench, and when I get down, I'll even though I know the wrench, when it does the click, I know it's done, but it's like I might just take it off the bolt, put it back, and just to make sure, I might just double check it. That's just kind of person I am, right? A little bit of extra redundancy. Sometimes it can be a waste, but sometimes it also saves me a lot, right? Do you make Truther all the way. Great. I need to chill for a bit before I explode with anger. Hey, what's up? Just Farrell or Farage? Just Farage. Explode with anger. Probably has something to do with Trudeau. Right? I piss a lot of people off. I know. Well, yeah, that's the same with me. And you know what? Let's just take a drink and chill right now. How's that? Tomorrow's another day. Actually, that's something I got to always constantly remind myself. Although, yeah, I'm a long-term thinker, but as far as doing the things what I do is, yes, you got to always keep in mind that today is not the end all be all. So don't let yourself get too stressed. Like, once again, I have to remind myself of this on a continuing ongoing basis. Don't get yourself too stressed over things that are happening today, because there is going to be a tomorrow for most of us anyways, right? And if you stress yourself too much today, well, that's going to decrease what's left of you tomorrow. So be wise in that area, in that regard. And don't let things stress you out too much. I know it's easier said than done, because there's a lot of things that are going to stress us out. And I'm not even saying, well, that's the thing. You can't even say, well, don't be stressed out completely, because that would make you a sociopath. And I don't want you to become a sociopath. If things like that's happening today don't bother you, then I would find you strange. So the fact that you're saying that you may explode with anger, I understand. I really do. Dude, it's almost boating. My canoe is itching to see water. Have you been out yet? I don't have a boat. I did back in the day. My brother actually was big into the Sea-Doos. A bunch of his friends got him into Sea-Doos, and we had some. Well, I didn't have them. My brother got them. But yeah, they were fucking fun as hell. Actually, let me give you a real quick story. The boating thing is, because it just made me think off the top of my head is, we were at Grand Lake in New Brunswick. If you any of you are from New Brunswick, if you know Grand Lake, it's amazing lake. It's amazing area to go, especially with boats or Sea-Doos. But we were all out there, and we had, like I say, had my brother. Actually, that was when he only had the one at that particular time, and we were out taking turns on the Sea-Doo. And a bunch of us, we all like to show off for the ladies and stuff, right? So we're all out there and getting close to shore, coming in, because everyone's watching, right? As the one person's out on the Sea-Doo, you get close to the shore, right? And then you do that quick cut when you get close to shore and splash everyone that's standing there. We have to get close to shore, obviously, to do that and know the depth and all that. But yeah, you'd get in there, get real close. Anyways, I was doing it, and my stepdad, Tommy, lovely guy, he was watching me, he saw it, and it was his first time on Sea-Doos. He's really good on snowmobiles. Like, he's always been on lots of machines, ATVs and stuff, but he was new to the Sea-Doo, like to watercraft. So he wasn't quite familiar with the fact that on Sea-Doos that are used even though the engine works like a typical engine, but how your power works is it's just the velocity of all that pressure coming out of your propellers that steers it. The minute you let off the gas, you have no steering in the Sea-Doo. Anyways, some of you already know the Sea-Doos. You probably know where I'm going with this. So yeah, here he was out there having fun, playing around, doing a bunch of spinning, going up and down, bobbing on the waves. Next thing you know, he's headed towards shore, and we figured, okay, he's going to do what he saw me do. Right? He's coming, barreling straight at us. I don't know how fast, probably 40 miles an hour or so, 40, 45. He was moving at a pretty good clip anyways. And we're waiting. Okay, he's going to get ready to cut her hard and splash it. So we're all prepared for it. But oh yeah, he tries cutting it hard. The difference is he let off the gas instead of keeping on the throttle. What do you think happened? He went straight up on shore. Luckily, no one is exactly in the trajectory he was traveling, so nobody got harmed at all. The bottom of the Sea-Doo had to be re-fiberglass, because it went quite a ways up on shore, to be honest with you, over not just sand, but some rocks and everything. But that was quite hilarious after the fact. It wasn't funny at the moment, but it was quite funny after the fact, because the guy, even the expression on his face, he thought he was going to do something that's going to trick everyone on shore, and meanwhile, he was the one that got embarrassed. And there had been a camera capture that moment. Yeah, that would have been quite the incident. Would have put that on World's Funniest Videos. So yeah, I want to pimp out my moped. Well, that's pretty sweet. Pimp out your moped. Hey, whatever. Teach their own. Pimp it out. Go for it. Do your thing, Pete. Pete Kingston. Saint Nazim. LOL. Hey, Najif Agdam. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Click the like button. Like button? Plant. Yeah, thanks, Plant Boy 100. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. So there's 37 watching now, and 27 have already hit that like button. Thanks. Actually, that's really important because actually, I don't even try to say this enough, but yes, actually, for even if I don't get like a huge amount of views, and obviously I don't have a massive amount of subscribers or whatever, but even then, even if you only have like in my channel, I have what 7,200 or so subscribers. I can get just as much reach, even though I don't have as much of a viewership or audience or subscribers, as long as you, first of all, watch my videos, watch them full from the front to the end, because that matters to YouTube's algorithms. Liking, that's a hugely important thing that plays good for YouTube's algorithm. Obviously, subscribing, commenting, like even if you just comment and say, hey, thanks for whatever, like doesn't have to be in depth or anything, but engagement, because that's what the algorithms predominantly look for is engagement. How is the creator and the creator's audience? How is that playing out? Does it seem like there's a lot of engagement? And if it does, I think that puts you in a good position as far as the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, definitely great suggestion, Plant Boy. Thank you very much for offering that. Actually, I appreciate that. That's what I love about having so many great people out there that I now consider as part of my extended family. And that's really what I think of the people that are, because I don't, and you notice how I don't even like to use the term followers, even though most pages and platforms now, that's how they use it as followers. Is to me, it's like weird. I don't want you to be my follower. I like to perceive of you as someone on my level, not follower sounds like it's like I'm your leader and I'm just someone. I'm just a person, right? I don't want to be your leader. I don't want you to be my follower. I just want you to be a fellow traveler, right? Someone that wants to walk with me. That's all. I don't want to lead you. I want us to like acknowledge and accept that we're all individuals. We're sovereign individuals. I don't want you to even require or have a necessity for a leader. I want you to feel that you are your own leader. Okay, let's go down a little further here. Verbal, I did right on. Saint Peter Suzuki. Saint Peter Suzuki. Hey, Ben. Hey, Julie. Hey, what's going on? Hey, let me just mention actually real quick here, Julie Moore in the chat, is me and Julie are going to have a great conversation tomorrow. My magic 8 ball isn't working right now. That's just a prediction of my own. No, I believe because I've watched Julie's videos, a few of them in the past. Not all, sorry, Julie. I know, and I try all the time to. There's so many great people now that are coming out with so much amazing content that it's hard for me to even try and stay on top of it. And I'm always looking to help promote people that have the smaller pages, so I don't pay as much attention to people that already have a decent base of support, such as Julie here. She's got a great base of support. So sorry if I'm not watching all your videos. Like I say, I always try. There's days where I wish, damn, there's just not enough hours in the day, because there's so much great content being produced out there. And what a shame. What a shame that a lot of it is actually overlooked and obscured just by sheer fact that we're all just a bunch of needles in a haystack. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to my conversation with Julie, because it's not just about religion per se. And I guess she knows, she has a lot more knowledge in regards to Islam, right? And that particular religion. Me, I have more of a history of Christianity. I also understand though that, progressivism, the belief in the state, that's another form of religion. Believe me. And we'll be touching down on this tomorrow, because when you talk about religion, it can be, you can perceive it as ideological or dogmatic, right? It's a belief in something that doesn't allow any construct or ability to think outside the box. And that's, as a libertarian, I don't want anyone to be restricted or contained or placed into a box where they can only think in certain terms, in certain areas of their mind or regard. No, I think to be properly informed, you have to always keep that part of your mind that questions ideologues or dogmas and things of the past. Well, think about all of history. That's basically what has brought us out of some very dark days, is our willingness and our ability to think critically about issues and push back against ideologies and dogmas. And Julie, I think, is one of the people that's really good at doing that. And hopefully we can combine forces here tomorrow and have a conversation that will not just expand upon that, will help maybe educate and inform people that maybe haven't heard things from our particular perspective. Because that's the thing with having individual dialogue with individual characters, such as me and Julie. I don't know. I've had conversations with many people in the past, but there might be new things that I'll learn from her and new things that she'll learn from me. Just like I said, that's the beautiful thing about having actual engagement and dialogue with other individuals, is what you can bring to each other. And we can both walk away from that. Like I say, it's not an economic transaction, it's a social interaction and transaction. But I think at the end of the day, it's, once again, it won't be a zero-sum game. I think me and Julie will both walk away from that conversation, believe that we both greatly benefit as a consequence. And I think the people that'll watch it will feel the same way. So thanks for joining into the chat there, Julie. I really appreciate it. Yes, definitely say hi to Julie, everyone, because like I say, Julie's awesome. I'm very happy to know that, once again, like I say, not just her, but all the amazing Canadians that they're doing their best to try to educate and inform others. And like I say, I think you're all doing a great job, Julie in particular, for sure. My Nugs, my Nugs. Hello, folks, my Nugs. What's going on? Truther all the way. Hey, Julie, just finished watching Borderless. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Thanks, Julie, for putting that on your channel. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. I won't say it right now in the live stream, but yeah, very, very grateful and appreciate that you actually put that, so people have redundant. Because yeah, the original one, yeah, I seen it posted, and yeah, it was taken down. Like, what a shame. What an absolute shame. Like, what are these people worried about, right? They might get, what the hell do you think that Lauren Southern or these people, what could they possibly present that's so harmful that people shouldn't even be allowed to view it? I mean, think about that, folks. Your authoritarian political masters and thought leaders, they treat you like you're basically an adolescent. I mean, don't you, if you're an adult, and chances are you're probably an adult if you're watching my videos. If you're an adult, you don't have to even agree with what I stand for or anything, but at the very least, you should demand, even if you're a progressive or a leftist, at the very least, don't you demand of these people that they at least treat you like an adult? Shit, that would be a minimal requirement for me, is like, at least treat me like an adult, and that I can make my own informed decision. But what it is, your thought leaders, for you leftists out there, your thought leaders and political opinion makers, they've indoctrinated you so badly and so thoroughly. They know that you can't think critically, so they know they got to lead you constantly. The problem is they think they have to do that for everyone. Whereas the rest of us are like, no, we don't want nothing to do with your shit. I can think critically all on my own. I'm a big boy now. It's craziness, folks. Craziness, folks. Treating adults like actual children. What a sad, pathetic reality, to be honest with you. Still going to have the chat. Oh, yeah, for sure. Just finished watching Border. Yes, we're definitely having the chat tomorrow, for sure. Ian Myers making money. Yeah, right. I got a whole 9 cents already. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to spend that all in one place or not. Well, actually, no, because I haven't quite made a dime. So really all I got is a nickel, because you can't use pennies. So, but I'm a nickel up, folks. CL and Julie, right on. Yeah, Julie Moore. Gatton Hog, right on. Yeah, Julie Moore is awesome. Canada Post is hiring. Canada Post. Point. Yeah. Hey, if you could only if Canada Post is hiring, if only you could treat or train snails for mail delivery. Just kidding. Sorry, a little bit of a jab there, but yeah, I've known some people that have worked for the Post. Oh, come on. Sorry, okay, I don't want to get into that, right? But anyways, that's 10 a.m. Mountain. Yeah. Tomorrow is 12. Oh, yeah. So Mountain Central. Yeah, it might be 10 a.m. Mountain. What is it? Yeah, from Ontario Eastern, you got Central, Pacific. Yeah, it might be 10. Anyways, like I say, it's 12 p.m. So lunchtime, Eastern time tomorrow. That's when me and Julie will be having our chat. Holy crap! I got a friggin' I got a super chat. I've never seen that before. I'm actually shocked here. Oh, good thing I have some reinforcement on the seat here. I would have fallen off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But thank you. Let me find out who did that actually, because I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest with you. Okay, so let me see here. Good evening, all. Long time, buddy. How are you? Oh, Julie Moore. Oh, Julie talking back to Gator. I'm just trying to keep up the chat here, folks. Allegory of the Cave. Good one, Morel. Cast. Nice. Silliness. Just a bum. Castro needs flushing. Come October, folks, get out and vote. You know, as much as like I say, I'm not a big advocate of voting. I don't even believe that politics is what's going to truly change and shift our culture in Canada. I think that's something, well, it has to come from the ground up, from the bottom up, the grassroots. So like I say, your music, your television, your movies, your poems, you know, all your leaders as far as in business, that's what changes your culture, right? It's the dominant belief system predominantly, right? That what people hold near that keeps that kind of cohesion. But oh, it went way down here. Something happened here. Shit. Sorry about that, folks. It went way down for some reason. I don't know why this that took me way down. Oh, I see Son's in the chat. Okay, good evening. Oh, had to go way back up, folks, because the chat, I don't know why I did that. It went from, there was only like so long, and then it just took me way down to the bottom. Okay, so here we're back. Allegory of the Cave. Oh, no, my Nugs. Hey, you don't have to give me any money. Of course not. That's not why I do this. Matter of fact, I actually have a whole lot of credibility in that regard because I've been doing it for almost 4 years now. Never asked for a dime. So this isn't just about the money. All I'm saying is those who can afford to help me in some way, because I think I definitely and desperately need to be helped financially. Otherwise, I won't be able to continue doing what I'm doing, or at least as readily or as and you know, with the October election comes up, that's another thing too, is this would be a really bad time for me to get to the point where I'm behind the 8 ball and not being able to keep doing what I'm doing. Because if I do, and I'm at the point where now like the funds are really depleted. If I get to the point where I just got to go out and grab myself a full-time job, well, because I work in construction, you know, doing 50 or even sometimes 60 hours a week, maybe depending on the particular job or what you're doing, is that doesn't give you enough time to do what I got to do. And you always got to rush things. So yeah, don't listen. You don't have to support me financially. Although, like I say, if you're someone that is fortunate to be in a position that you can help me, thank you if you will do it, because I really do need it at this particular point if I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing, like I said. Anyways, let me continue on. Sorry. Can give support, just not with money. Oh, that's all I asked for, Plant Boy. Yeah, that's all. Like, though, and I've seen you in particular, Plant Boy. You share my stuff, you comment, you like. That's enough all on its own. That is actually, I mean, there's no financial transaction taking place, but that does help me a whole lot, tremendously. So just, you know, those of you who don't have money to donate, I totally understand that, because there's been many times in my life where I didn't have any extra money or funds to offer either. Like just barely keeping stuff, and especially recent years, just barely keeping my head above water. So yeah, but that's the thing with me, even with when I pay attention and I watch a lot of videos from a lot of people that produce a lot of great content, even though I don't actually help them out financially, because a lot of times I'm not in a position to do so. But if I lack that ability to help them out financially, what I will do is at least help out. So liking, subscribing, sharing, because that is helping them out. Like there's other ways to help people out. And that is actually, to me, that is just as important as far as, you know, people's ability to help expand on people such as myself, our voices and what we have to say, is just share the stuff, like it, comment, subscribe, all those little things, especially the liking. That is a little bit of a pet peeve, I will say right now for me, is come on, folks. What does it take to just hit that like button, that thumbs up, right? I mean, come on. What, 1 second? That's pretty minimal. And, you know, especially if you're from, I can't speak too much from the millennials, because it's very unfortunate that you millennials, and my son knows this very well, is the millennials have been raised in an era where there was no pretense of pay to play, right? You know, but if you're from Gen X or older, you know, whether it's your comic books or going to the video arcade, you always had to play or pay to play. And that's the problem with social media. I think that's the one issue I think that's really difficult, that's going to be hard to overcome, as far as how social media platforms started and their business model was, rather than just economic transactions. They went with the, oh, we'll give it to you for free, but there was a trade-off where you just give them all your information and all your data. Whereas, like I said, I wish we had to start out in a completely different area where these social media platforms were more conducive with pay to play. And because they're so easily duplicated in the digital sphere, is cost would be cheap. Like I said in the past video, if you were watching me in the past, even if people just, I had it right down to, I think I had it figured out, is even if you donated 2 cents, but let's stretch that out. Let's just say even 5 cents for every video that you watch from your favorite YouTube creator, right? So 5 cents, 5 cents. You can watch 20 videos for $1. So you could watch 20 of your greatest YouTube creators if you had it set up like PayPal or some kind of structure. Like if these social media platforms done it without, look at how all the stopgap measures are being now. So Paystar or Subscribestar or Patreon. If the social media platforms had done that up front and made it so that you had to pay to play initially, like we would already be in a much better position, those of us who are creators, because like I say, 5 cents per video, and I'd be more than willing to pay because what would that mean? If you watch 40 videos a day, that's $2. $2. You go to your Tim Hortons, look at Tim Hortons, buy one coffee. You've already consumed more out of your budget than you would to support, 40 videos. So how many people that were content creators that you could have supported for that one cup of coffee? It sounds like I'm doing a YouTube sales tactic here, but hey, I'm just being honest here, folks, is learning to get back into the mode. Well, especially those of us, like, it's much easier, I guess, for us from Gen X and the older generations, because we've always had to pay to play. But for you younger millennials, or even some of the younger, I don't expect too many of the Gen Zers are watching my videos at this particular point. But if you get used to the model of paying to play and rewarding the creators and the people that provide the content, wow, you can eliminate these advertisers or these central planners from being able to manipulate things so badly for so many people, that cause so much harm for so many people that work so hard, right? If you want to reward the people that work so hard to provide the content for you, then reward them directly. That's the best thing that we can do, and just get used to doing that. That's something I think would be very beneficial, to not just me, but to everyone else out there that provides such great content that is definitely educating, informing, enlightening, or even those that just give us our entertainment. Because that's another thing. Other than education and being informed of such things I do, it's very important to be entertained, because if you don't balance, dealing with serious topics and subjects with having just good fun, yeah, all work and no play makes Bennett a very dull boy, which is why I love to work hard, but I also like to play hard as well. So even to pay to play, as far as in your recreational activities, if you're watching just a comedy video or a gamer or anyone else, yes, definitely support those people. And if you do so, once again, it'll allow them the ability to not have to worry about these central planners or these big monolithic corporations that get to intervene and destroy their business model. Because that's the thing, as creators, they are entrepreneurs that have created their own little business ventures. And we really, if we're promoters of free market, then we should speak with our dollars and support those who offer what we desire and what we require, or what we watch or consume. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant there, but that's a big thing for me. It is really important that we do get more into the habit of supporting the people that we consume on a regular, ongoing basis. I have zero. Okay, back down we go here. Turn the fan. I did. Better now. Much better now. I'm going to miss Whoppers. Whoppers? Are they talking about those chocolate things? Did they stop making? Are you talking about those chocolate, the little, what are they, kind of like almost like a waferish thing inside, right? Chocolate. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Mike, but there's my son. I finally got to it. Hey, what's going on, Aaron? Say what? My son, quality seem. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I asked Aaron to let me know, is make sure my quality's doing good today. Nice to see you're in the chat, Aaron. That's another thing. My son is very, very talented young man. Actually, the channel is this. Yeah, that's from his Aaron Say What channel. Big time gamer himself, actually. With at one point in time, I believe he was 140-some thousand subscribers. Not sure who he's at now, but YouTube went through that whole thing where they did mess up a lot of people, a lot of creators, and my son happened to get tied up in that as well. Once again, not blaming placing any blame on any particular one or individual, but something happened, and I don't know if it's because they changed their algorithms or what. But yeah, his channel got greatly affected when the big change happened as well. But hey, he's my son, and he's created a whole new venture. He's got a couple ventures out there. So there's Aaron Say What, there's Aaron Say What with 2 Y's, Aaron SAYY, his new channel he started, and he's also got Youth Nation, which is he's very musically inclined and talented as well, and he produces some great music. And I kid you not, I've shared it on many of my pages, and I know I'm biased because I'm his dad, but listen, just go listen to, like I say, Youth Nation, and YouTube actually gave him his official music channel. It's an official music channel, and like I say, great content, great music. Go check it out, and I guarantee you'll probably agree as well. Thanks, Carrie Fritz, about the quality. That's good to know. Like I say, I don't want to have things all going crap on me today. Old guys need glasses. Well, I'm trying to hold off as long as I can. I really am. Like, damn, I don't want to go to the glasses. Well, what it is, you know what it is? It's just like what I've always thought in my life, as far as if I, because I think about it as if my muscles, if I don't always use the muscles, my strength, well, they'll get weak. Now, and I think I'm probably the wrong thing as far as that goes. I always try to convince myself I'm not going to turn the glasses, because the minute I turn the glasses, maybe my eyes will become weaker and become more reliant on glasses. That's how libertarian it's entrenched inside every fiber of my being. It's like, I'm not going to show any weakness at any point in time, and I'm not going to rely on something else to prop me up. I want to do that myself. But yeah, at some point in time, I do recognize I do have a pair, though. Like if I'm reading a book and it's fine print, I do have a pair of those, like cheap, that you can buy from the, like, well, mine didn't come to the dollar store. I went a little bit higher end. I think it was like Shoppers Drug Mart or something. But they're those ones you can just buy the glasses. They're like I think it's 1.25 or whatever. Just something to help me as far as like when you get to the real small fine print. That's actually great that you can actually do that today without actually, I don't even have to go to the optometrist and get glasses. That's the beautiful thing about the market, is I can actually go to like the dollar store and stuff. Now, I wouldn't, like I say, once again, those are basically just glorified magnifying glasses. So once again, I wouldn't recommend using them on a continual or ongoing basis. I think might get some vertigo or something going on there. It's a bit weird feeling putting them on. But yes, if you just want to read some small fine print, they're good to use for that. Had you talked to Kevin J. Johnson? No, I have not. I don't know this Kevin J. Johnson much, but I have heard about this. One thing I will say, and I'm glad that the guys that like Derek and such that are talking about his situation and how he that lawsuit where he now has to pay 2.5 million. What I will point out in this, and I'm glad that Derek had the wherewithal to point this out himself, is an award, a judgment of $2.5 million against just a regular Canadian that has no money. Like, it'd be different if this guy was a celebrity and had bank, right? Like millions of dollars stashed account somewhere. Then it would hurt him. But this is a person, from what I understand anyways, but I don't know the man personally, but from what I understand, he's not a wealthy man by any stretch of the imagination. So a $2.5 million reward, that basically suggests that this man is going to have to work for the rest of his life as a slave to whoever was the benefactor of that award. That seems like an overly harsh and overly severe punishment for what did he do? What the hell did he do? Like, I don't even see, I mean, some of the things he said, I get it that he said some slanderous thing towards this particular individual that owned a restaurant or whatever. But really, like I say, the punishment definitely doesn't seem to fit the crime. It seems very politically motivated and very authoritarian. But I don't know the man. I don't know the man at all. And to be honest with you, I'm not even too much of a person that focuses on people's as far as who they are as a character. I'm an ideas kind of guy. I really don't care about discussing people. I will if need be, but I'm more about discussing ideas than I am, and philosophy, than I am about discussing people, to be honest with you. The hue is a little too white. Too white. Well, that is the background, because there is a lot of white. I get what you're saying there. Yeah. I could have probably even turned down the brightness, to be honest with you, in this particular stream. But it looks still pretty decent. But I get it. Thanks for the feedback. The Thieves will Hunt you down in NB. Hey, the thieves have already hunted me down in NB. They stole a bunch of shit already. It was actually people that I was renting my house to back when I first had to leave the province because of my shit that I was going through. It's like as if I wasn't already going through enough hell as it was. Yeah, I rented to these people. I thought they were decent. It was a father and a mother with, I think, 2 or 3 kids. And I think he was a cab driver. And I think she worked at McDonald's. They seemed like reasonable people. Next thing I know, they took me for 5.5 months of rent, broke into my garage, stole my 4-wheeler, stole a whole bunch of stuff out of there, and took me to the cleaners. So, yeah, you really gotta. Yeah, I know all about being taken to the cleaners and being screwed over and thieves in New Brunswick. I've suffered it. But you know what? Like I say, a lot of these thieves is because they have no law or ability to provide for themselves. That's the other thing. Now, I will hold them personally responsible, but I also recognize that there are extenuating circumstances that place these people in a position that they will turn to immorality as a means to supplement or backstop their own personal financial or economic situation. Once again, not giving them the excuse because they ripped me off hardcore. Matter of fact, if I've ever seen these fucking people ever again, well, let's just hope that I never see them again. Out of sight, out of mind. LOL verbal. Hey, Ian Myers. Oh, Julie's saying hi to Ian. People with tattoos are the true people of color. Okay. Did you say so? I fed up of politics these days. I tried to run as MP under the PBC and I didn't get elected. Too many rules and crazy laws around. Yeah, that's too bad. There trust no one. That's the thing. I had the opportunity, and everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people have enticed me or suggest that I should run for the PBC. I am a founding member, obviously, and I definitely support the People's Party of Canada. But man, you don't have to join up to the party or become a candidate to help out. There's lots of ways, lots of areas in life that you can help out and put at least your little portion of Canada in a better place, understanding individual liberty, rights, and freedom. You don't have to. That's the thing. Politics is like having the bully pulpit. Yeah, it's nice to have the bully pulpit, but it's not necessary. Not in the age of information, anyways. Oh, once again, little voice in the back of my mind is the wife telling me that, yes, be quick and concise with your answers. Don't drag it out. Once again, trying to keep that in mind, folks. Got my body mods from the hospital. Whoa, what's up with that? How's life back east? Back east is good. I haven't been back there for a few months now, mostly because of my current economic situation, to be honest with you. Not doing so good, folks. Like I say, it's hard to do what I do and to be economically viable. You have a lot of people that are against you. So I've always tried my best, and I'm going to continue to do my best, but I don't get to go back and forth quite as often as I would hope. Actually, my son knows that more than anyone. I would love to be back there, even right now, to actually help him out in a few things, especially in regard to the house. So actually, not just to help him out, but my house needs some work, and I got to get back there to do that. But once again, got to make some money before I can do that. YouTube blocks comments under videos. Repeat again. Do you get stomach to see the truth? See playlist when you have some time. Playlist when you see the time. That's Sina Alegria. How are my fellow Canadians? Oh, okay. You're just not talking to me. You're talking to people in the chat. Okay. Is that a Caesar? No. I don't know. I guess actually, yeah, you could call that. I've heard this actually called a Caesar. If you're talking about my hair, I believe. Yeah, it might be. I thought the Caesar, though, was the one when I do the thing where I don't know what the names are of these. I'm one of those people that I just do all freaking different kinds of crap all the time. I think that was he's talking about was my hair. I'm not sure. Upset. Ian Myers, question. I joined the PPC last August, but never got a membership and no one responded to my emails. Any suggestions? You joined the PPC last August, never got a membership, and no one responded to my emails. Well, if you're Canadian citizen, yeah, that's odd. Why wouldn't they? I really can't. I don't even know what to even suggest, because to be honest, even when I had an issue back in the day, as far as wanting to reach out to some members of the PBC, it wasn't quite as easy for me either. So I really don't know what to tell you there, Ian, as far as that goes. Is just to, keep at it, I guess. There's got to be a way. Maybe on some of the social media pages, you could go through maybe a direct message through Facebook, or go to the People's Party of Canada actual Facebook page and just make a post and ask. I think you'd be probably better off to do it in a message, more of a private matter, right? I don't know. Try that. They also have a Twitter page, so maybe just try some of their social media pages. Maybe they'll respond to you quicker, rather than, I don't know, just trying to get through them to email, maybe, if that's when you're trying. Because I know I can't speak for them at the PBC, but when it comes to email, because social media platforms all have like their basic messaging services, I don't really use email a whole lot. I mean, Julie, we've been communicating that way. I still use it, and actually AJ, that's how we were communicating back and forth. But other than that, very few times, and I'm actually bad for checking my email. I got to get better at doing that. But once again, it's just not something I use regularly, because most of the time I use the messaging service on the social media pages or platforms. Skookum, Glenn Pritchard. Oh, Julie, what's going on? If y'all tune in tomorrow for the live chat, don't laugh at my decor. Clearly, Canadian Libertarian wins on that. Oh, stop that. You know who I got? Listen, Julie, come on. If you're still watching now, it ain't me. That's once again one area. It's like, I'm not trying to be sexist here, but that's one area where, hey, I yield to her authority. My wife is much, much, much better at decor, as you suggest, than I could ever hope to be. And she's the one that's helped make this amazing background that I have. So no, trust me, it's not me. It's actually my wife, and she's actually really, really good at that. And I'm very appreciative of the fact that she has some amazing talents. Actually, she's someone too, actually, that she's going to start her own YouTube channel as well, because she does a lot of like craft type things. And I'm telling you, this is one talented woman. I kid you not. Of course, once again, I'm biased, but yeah, she was out even doing craft fairs last Christmas, over Christmas time, custom ornaments and all that stuff. And she has like, what's that called? I don't know, a cricket thing there. It's basically you now have your little production area in your own home these days, that if you want to. And she makes some great stuff, really, really well done. And she's even expanded on that. And I think she's even going to incorporate cooking in her YouTube channel, as far as like showing about dishes, because it's another thing. She's a great cook. But yeah, thanks, Julie. Thanks. Yeah, but once again, it's not me. It wasn't me, but I'm sure if you chose to, right? Maybe you just haven't got to that yet, but I have no doubt in my mind that if you wanted to set up some real nice decor, that you could do so. Don't sell yourself short, Julie. Sorry to hear. Trust. No, yeah. Get hold of your EDA. Yeah, that's a good idea, Plant Boy. He is styling, styling and profiling. Saturdays are Muslim father and son bomb making days. Okay, come on. No, but I get it. That's a little bit of a joke, and I get it. But that's the thing. I as a libertarian, I don't like anything that collectivizes and just throws particular entire groups under the bus. I get it, but listen, this is chill, so I'm not even going to get serious on. I'm sure you're just making it as a light joke. Hopefully, it's right. But yeah, anyways, never mind. Just for all the way. Thank you, CL. Truer words never spoken. And I know you're right, but damn, it's frustrating. Yeah, I hear you, man. The frustration. Yeah, I know frustration very well. I suffered on a continued ongoing basis. But once again, it's all those things that build up my resolve and my strength and character. That's the thing with people that want to function from that leftist collectivist or entitlement kind of a mentality or psychology. Like, don't you realize how weak that makes you? I mean, it's so easy just dealing with people that function from that collectivist, conformist type of bent. It's like, damn, it's made you such a weak person. There's nothing even, I'm not even like, when I see these people and hear they're talking, it's like, you're just a paper cutout. You are literally a representation of that NPC meme. Don't you want to be an individual? Show some character, show some uniqueness in some way that separates you from the rest, right? I don't know. Usually I do, and not to suggest that I hate people that, like, I don't have anything against in group or being part of a group or anything. It's just that I understand how important it is to respect the individual, because I recognize that we're not all the same or equal in every way, in every regard. And nor would I ever want that to be the case, because if we ever get to that point, then it's like watching a dystopian future that the Borg is now taking over. Like, who wants to live in that fucking scenario? I sure shit don't. Quality. Shit, that's funny stuff. Jet boat. Jet boat. Okay, thanks. Electoral district. I spell that. I have been thinking of moving to another country. I consider that too. I still to this day, and I probably will want to try to get a citizenship for the U.S. What it is, and I had someone actually say this in a Twitter message to me in response, is like, I don't like you because you're not patriotic enough. What the hell does that fucking mean? First of all, my whole page is like, I'm a libertarian, but I didn't have to make it Canadian. I said Canadian because I am Canadian. Just hear me when I say about, right? I am Canadian through and through. The difference is I'm a Canadian who wishes to aspire to something greater, right? Than what the past or the predisposition of Canadians in the past. I want Canadians to be better and more adapted to our Americans to the South, and how firmly they stand for in their convictions as far as respecting and adhering to individual rights, freedoms, and liberty. To me, and to do that in the North, like I say, you can bring a whole lot of character to Canada if you adopt that kind of individual respect and that pretense, that rebellious zeal is, no, I'm going to stand firmly on individual rights and freedom, and be damned the fearmongers that tell me, oh, I need a central planner or authoritarian master to protect me from the big bad world. I love the fact that the Americans now today, that's being definitely shifted. That culture is definitely being affected by the collectivists these days. But that culture was predominantly based and entrenched on people's individual resolve, standing true to their character, being rebellious. The whole U.S. even come to existence is railing against the authoritarians from Europe, from across the pond, right? That's a great story to tell. And I wish, Canada, we don't have that same kind of historical story to tell, but it's not like it's not like the novel's over. Humanity hasn't ceased to exist. Canada hasn't ceased to exist. We can write that story going off into the future that's more conducive with aligning with the fundamental aspects of promoting individual rights, freedom, and liberty. That's what I want Canada to represent. Then I won't ever have to worry about moving to another country. I want to actually, predominantly, if I had the choice, I want to stay right here in Canada, fighting. And I will, and I'll do as long as I can until I recognize. But that's the thing. I'm also pragmatic when I recognize that, if the steamroller's headed for me and I've only got a second to get out from in front of it before I die, do I want to sacrifice myself at the altar of the state of Canada? Not necessarily, because right now, the people that are conducive are predominantly espousing what Canada represents. I don't want to align with these people. Now, like I say, if I recognize that the majority of people want to stand for the same kind of respect for individual rights, freedoms, and liberties as I do, then that's the kind of Canada that I want to promote. That's the kind of Canada where I want to reside. And hopefully, as more and more of us adapt with this kind of information that we have at our disposal today, we can create that kind of Canada. We don't have to wait for it to happen. We can create it. We can make that a reality. Hey, Rika the Hopeful. Hey, Rika, how you doing? Always nice to hear from Rika. Awesome person. Me and Rika, we've known each other for quite a while now. And actually, I haven't seen much of, that's a thing, because of the way videos and stuff, people get pushed off into the feed. But yeah, I'm going to have to try and check. Good. Thanks for reminding me, Rika. I'm going to have to try to get your page back up the front, so I'm starting to see more of your material coming out there, because I haven't seen anything showing up on my feed lately. But like I say, I've subscribed to so many people recently, and there's so many people that I'm subscribed to in the past that it doesn't seem like I get a whole lot of their videos in my feed or as recommended. So yeah, that's one area, like I say, it's really difficult to try to keep on top of all the great Canadians out there. And hopefully we'll all get better at that. Maybe some great innovator will figure out a way where we can make that more seamless. Which is the best state to live in? Anyone know? Well, I'd just say for me personally, Texas would be one of the. If I was going to move to the U.S., Texas would definitely be at the top of my list as far as places that I'd want to move to. It checks all the boxes as far as you got nice warm weather, big huge country amount of you have big cities, large rural areas, and a staunch independence. They're the Lone Star state, right? Like if you think the U.S. is independent, well, the state of Texas is even more independent as a state within the independent country of the U.S., right? So very much staunch people that are promoters of independence and firm believers in both the First and Second Amendment right. That's the thing. I love the Second Amendment, especially the way it's done in a proper manner, such as places such as Texas. People don't go around threatening people with a gun. People just understand that you respect each other because they recognize that each person within that state has the ability to carry and possess a firearm that will push back in them. So that's the thing. When you recognize that there isn't someone has authority over it, but that authority has been broken, and now you look at each other as equals. And that's the thing. Two people with a weapon, two people with a gun are equals. That is the great equalizer. And people that look at and perceive themselves on an equal or level playing field are people that treat each other with a lot more respect than people that, well, look in Canada. Look at how the state is represented. And because those are the ones, all the ones with a gun, and then large subsets of the population, they're completely disarmed and ill-prepared to defend themselves against any kind of authoritarianism. Well, that's where you get the master-slave kind of fucking scenario where conformity rules the day. I prefer staunch independence, even if there is some slight threat because some people might have weapons. Once again, I understand if you have a proper culture when you're talking about guns, and that's the thing as someone that grew up in New Brunswick, if you have a proper culture, because that's another thing even some of the rural areas of the country in New Brunswick or of Canada, is they have that great understand that cultural regard of the power of the weapon, of the power of the gun. So there's a lot of respect there. And like I say, if you create that kind of culture, well, you're talking about people that are mostly peaceful with each other and treat each other with a little bit more respect and dignity than those that, like I say, don't have that same kind of understanding or representation of where they're on a level playing field. Happy Muslim verbal armament. Happy. What's the best? Okay. The state of confusion. That's a good one, Rika. Yeah. Well, the state of confusion, well, at least it keeps you having to think about things critically. So it can be quite utopian, to be honest with you, right? Your place is fine. Yeah. What burns a hole in me is the fact that most things we wrestle with are only invented distractions. The real agenda is always economic. Usually legal theft, sleight of hand. Yeah, no, I know. I get it. Yep. And they are completely invented distractions because no one thought about this kind of crap until, like I say, your thought leaders or opinion makers constructed these narratives, right? I mean, identity politics wasn't a thing. Just what? I don't know how many years now, but just to be safe, let's even just go back 10 years. Identity politics was nothing. It was a nothing burger. Why is it so dominant today? Because once again, those who want to be your thought leaders and opinion makers or your rulers, they've planted that seed in your head to think that you have to perceive all your counterparts as your enemy. And why? They want to distract you from the fact that they are the ones that are truly your enemy, that want to rule over you, want to confiscate your income, redistribute your wealth, and dictate and control every aspect of your social and economic lives. Once again, misdirection, and it works seemingly well for a lot of people. Why? Because Canadians seem to be very much aligned with conformity and go along to get along, rather than being brave and bold. Once again, that didn't always used to be the case, and I'm not saying I'm not saying this for all Canadians, like I say, but at least a substantial portion of Canadians, and that's just a reality. Just look out there. If that wasn't a reality, if that wasn't the case, well, you'd see a whole lot more vocal voices than what you're hearing from today, wouldn't you? Or hear from a lot more vocal voices than what you are today. It wouldn't be just a few people like myself or Julie. There'd be a whole lot more out there doing the same thing. But we're trying to entice them to get more emboldened. Wyoming, actually, Wyoming's a great state. Cheyenne Mountain. I remember me and my wife went out there across Interstate 80. We were going to Red Bluff, California. It's so funny. It was like 80 something degrees. And you get to this point where they were all turning us off into a truck stop. Had the whole road closed. Why? I guess when you get to that Cheyenne Mountain, I guess as you're going across the pass, it was storming like a mother. And we had to stop and wait it out. I think it was a few hours anyways. But yeah, it was pretty wild. Wyoming is actually a pretty cool state. I will admit. Yeah, it's nice. That'd be probably a good spot to move to as well. I don't know why I got the change to debate to get elected under. I don't know why I got. Oh, must be talking to someone else in the chat. I hear good things. Yeah. State of awareness. That's state of awareness. That's always a good state to be here. That doesn't seem like the best date. Well, that's pretty good. Glenn Pritchard, Jinx Rika. Today, another Muslim. Okay. Oh, religion. Oh, another attack. Really, that sucks. State of awareness seems promising. Where this time, my nugs? Oh, look, Lumber Dog. Hey, thanks, Lumber Dog. Someone else that's actually donated another $20. Wow, that's really, really good. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Lumber Dog. I really appreciate it. And matter of fact, when you do that, I don't know if you realize, but you can ask a question or something in there. If you didn't, maybe you just didn't have something to ask, but might as well take advantage of if you're going to spend some of your hard-earned dollars, is get something in there and you can ask a question. But thank you. Really, really appreciate you donate that $20. Believe it or not, I actually need it. It's I know I'm kind of smiling about it, but yeah, I'm not doing so great financially because, like I say, everything I've done has caused me to be in a position where, other than, like I say, other than the construction trades, and those are going down quickly. Like, housing starts are way slower and a lot less opportunities available. I remember when, like just a few years ago, if you went on Kijiji or places like that and looked for even in construction or trades, it would be on average like 6, 7, 800 positions, and depending on the day or the week or whatever. Now, if you look at them, they're down to like 100 and something. And a lot of them are just these stupid temporary agencies or I don't know, some kind of government where you get government funding, which I don't want nothing to do with any of that shit. I just want to go out and work, man. I just want to go do my thing. But even shit like that is getting seemingly more difficult these days. And everyone wants to have, they're asking you for like either criminal records, and because of my impaired charge, and driver's license with a clean abstract, but once again because of my impaired charge. I mean, there's so many jobs. That's the thing. When I had my truck driving career, it was safe. Like driving a truck, you're safe, you're recession proof, actually, because everyone's always going to need and rely on all the things that are delivered to their, like I say, all their, like their groceries, their clothing. Truck drivers, like I say, it's basically a recession-proof occupation until the robots take over, right? Automation. But it was a recession-proof type of occupation. But because of central planners and mandatory minimums and the kind of authoritarianism and collective punishment, they've destroyed my ability to have a decent career. And someone almost pushing 50 and starting out in the construction field, I'm pretty good and like I can handle myself. So every time a person gives me the opportunity, I've proven time and time again, but usually they're just short-term contracts or temporary in nature, or only till you get to the winter. But I can keep the pace or even be faster or even harder working than people that are even half my age. But once again, when people see that you're someone that I guess is 48 years old, some of them don't even want to give you the chance. I don't know. Anyways, forget about that. Fuck yeah, never mind that shit. It's not about me and my hard times or whatever. Although it is in a way. But yeah, I don't want to bore you with that crap today. Sorry. That's not what today's about. Today's about chilling and relaxing and just enjoying ourselves and engaging. Because that is very important. And I like actually having this ability to engage with those of you in the chat and not feeling this. Actually, this is great. Not feeling the pressure to deal with a particular topic. Don't let me get too comfortable with doing this, though, because we got a lot of important topics that I'm still going to have to cover. But this, I'm really enjoying this. Thanks a lot, everyone. I appreciate it. State is good, but when you see all the insanity surround you, some days suck. Yeah, you're right, Rika. Yeah. To me, depending on the week or the month, but it's like an emotional roller coaster at times. You just never, one day you're up, you think, oh, things are going good, and you get that positive, hey, the glass is half full. Then you hear some other ridiculous thing where it's like, oh, crap. Now Trudeau's come out of the way to cause even more harm and division in Canada and destroy even more of our rights and freedoms, and takes you down that rabbit hole of, oh, what the hell? There's no point in even trying. Yeah, it's hard. It's like I say, it's an emotional roller coaster for anyone, and for anyone else that puts any amount of interest into these kind of things, you know that's hard. It's hard on the head, and I understand it. I feel your pain, Rika. I really do. Where? Gator just everywhere or somewhere specific? Oh, must be talking to someone in the chat. Well, thank you. Lumberdog says, thanks for your work. Well, thank you, Lumberdog. Thank you. And I definitely appreciate you supporting me, and I will continue to do as best I can. You can be rest assured. Like I say, I try my best. Well, to me, it's like I want to, because to me, it's, if you have any ability to do something and you don't take advantage of using that, not just to your advantage, but if you know that that's advantage to other people, if you're just like selfish, if you're just selfish and you try to keep that all to yourself, to me, that is weird. To me, it's like I seemingly have some courage and conviction, and I guess I have a good tendency to talk. And so it's like, use this for good, right? It's like, shit. I mean, my family would tell you is like, I can be a great guy to bring to a party because I can be the center of attention and entertain people and stuff. But, rather than just using it for entertainment or being the center or focus of attention and that stuff, is why not use it for good things like helping to educate and inform people and getting them on board to being more conducive to propagating the beautiful aspects of what individual rights, freedoms, and liberty entails. Because to me, it's the most beautiful story ever written of all of human history, is that fight, right? That's, you go all the way back through biblical times, or even, modern Christianity, post-Reformation, and what Jesus stood for, to be the rebel, to stand against collective authoritarianism and rail against it and rebel against it and show your resolve and stand for what's right. Like, those are things that are so important to me. It's like, of course, like I say, I still need to be able to keep a roof over my head and pay all the bills and that stuff, but damn, just doing the right thing sometimes it's a lot of reward. And I feel very thankful that I have this capacity or ability to do what I do and to feel that kind of reward. Like I say, before I ever made a dime, I still felt rewarded, but I can't go to the landlord. I can't go to the grocery store and say, hey, look, I say a lot of good things. I put forth some good philosophical principles here. Can I pay my rent with that? They won't take it. Right? They look at me and laugh their ass off. Anyways, click the report. Oh, I got to take another little sip here, folks. Click the report for hate speech button. What? Click the report for hate speech button. Oh, on Justin Castro's page. Oh, okay. Yeah, they better not ever create a hate speech button. Damn. Wouldn't want to see that. Gator attacks take place every day. Got your back all the way from Alberta. Right on, Plant Boy. Look up the site Religion of Peace for a full count of Bombathon. Community, brother, community. Well, yeah, community's important. For sure. Definitely. That's the thing when people talk about, if you don't understand what collectivism means, like, as a libertarian, it's not like I'm against groups. Christ, I always with groups of individuals. But once again, the only way that worked out probably is if I respected every individual within the group and treated them as an individual. I wouldn't want to be in a group or a collective or a community where I only perceive everyone as what their ideology stands for or what their master tells them what they represent. I want to deal with you as an individual. And I think that's more conducive for all of us because we are individuals. So as much as community is important, and it is important, but to me, it's not the focus on the community per se, but it's all the individuals contained within that community. So it's not that I don't like the fact that I'm part of a community. That's the thing with people that don't understand libertarian values and principles. They think, oh, they just want to be isolated and alone on an island. No, I want to be, I want to have lots of people surrounding me, right? I want to have lots of social and economic interactions and engagements. It's just that I want to respect each other as individuals. I don't want to look at anyone as just part of a community. That would be secondary in nature, right? But I want to know who you are as an individual. That way I can respect you in particular, not just what you represent as part of the collective or part of the community. It's all about just respecting each other. That's really, at the end of the day, it's not that I'm against groups or collectives. To being against collectivism is an ideology. Collectives is just the same, or basically the same as a group. I'm not against groups and I'm not against collectives. I'm against collectivism, which is to sacrifice individuals for the group. That's what I'm against. But I'm all about, creating communities or groups, because that is literally what you get. Like even ever I've done, as far as like, I'm big into racing. All my whole life, I was always been very much into competitive sports that had to do with engines. Well, I was part of a community, but once again, I wasn't racing against communities. I was racing against individuals. And I wanted to respect all individuals contained, because not every individual in the racing community were the same. Some were cheaters even, right? So I wouldn't even suggest that just because they're part of the community that I respect everyone in the community. No, I'll respect the ones that are good people. But if there's some within the community that are evil, immoral, or do things the wrong way or improper, well, that's why, like I said, that's why I'm not a promoter of collectivism or the collective. I'm all about dealing with each other as individuals. And like I say, that's the best way that we should deal and perceive of each other, is as individuals. Went a bit of a rant there. Once again, short and sweet, Bennett. Short and sweet. I am one strong of the debates and allowed to solve problems. I am one strong of in debates and allowed to solve problems. Problem solving is good, for sure. Yep, that religion of peace site tells all. Oh, Julie's still in. Nice to see you still in there, Julie. What's going on? Okay, like-minded people flocking together. Yeah, I don't even care if people. That's the thing, actually. That's why I always try to reach out to collectivists, like people that promote socialism, communism, or fascism. Is I want to tell them, I want to explain them so much. And none of them ever. I put this out there, and it's a pinned thing on my Facebook page. Please, I'll talk to anybody. I don't care if you're a collectivist or authoritative. I just want to hear what you actually have to say, what you actually truly stand for, because I believe that a lot of people that promote collectivism are probably decent people. They just have the wrong ideas or have been taught the wrong things. And all they really need is someone like myself or someone like or someone else to push back against them, and maybe they'll start thinking more critically about this or their position or their stance. And I think, like I say, that's great. That's how I've broken out of my indoctrinated mentality. Like I say, I was raised in a very Christian-oriented family. Thankfully, I broke free from the fact that I was taught that the earth is 6,000 years old, or that the Sodom and Gomorrah will smite thee and blow. Like, I don't hate on gay people. I don't hate on people that do things differently. Like I say, I had to break free from all that dogma in the past, which it's actually benefited me. It made me a better person, gave me better character, and gave me the better ability to deal with people as individuals than I would have if I remained steadfast and dogmatic in my beliefs. So I just want to, like I say, at the end of the day, I just want to be able to treat you as an individual and respect you as an individual. I don't like the words you say. You owe me 2.5 million. Yeah, right on. Good luck getting that. I suppose that'd be the thing, I guess, Kevin Johnson would be able to say. He's like, yeah, good luck with getting your 2.5 million, right? I don't know how that's going to happen. That's the thing. When these people that do that to people that are like the government or these, judges and stuff, when you do that to a person that doesn't have the ability to pay that because they're basically not wealthy enough to do so, all you've basically is forced them into the underground now. So that, yeah, but But if he has any resolve and wants to take care and provide for himself, he'll figure it a way. He will find a way. It's just that you will never benefit. This recipient, this person that was on the other side of that settlement, you're not going to get your 2.5 million. You might think you've caused harm to Kevin, and maybe temporarily you have, but he'll figure out a way to get by. Most humans do. Otherwise, if they don't, well, they have to succumb to what? Put the bullet through their head or jumping off a cliff. And even then, you're still not going to get your 2.5 million. So, like, this is what I mean. The punishment has to fit the fucking crime. Otherwise, there's no such thing as justice. And to me, what has been being done to Kevin, once again, not defending him as a person because I don't know him enough to defend anything he said or done in the past. I'm just saying the settlement based on the fact of the guy's not obviously independently wealthy is, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me other than the fact authoritarians, that judge was an authoritarian that was obviously politically biased in some way, as far as I'm concerned. Once again, that's just my opinion, though. I don't know enough about it to say that this is the truth objectively. I'm just offering an opinion. Watch Julie's videos. They are great. I agree. My Nugs. Yes, definitely watch Julie's videos. She makes some great videos and she's so calm, cool, collected, whereas someone like myself a little bit most of the times, although today's chill, right? But I love having people like Julie to step up and do things. There's like, I'll yield to your ability to do it way better than I can. Because like I say, I realize that I can only appeal to certain people. It's my personality. I try to change it. I try to affect it in some way that hopefully it'll expand out and where more people want to listen to what I got to say. But at the end of the day, I am me. I mean, I can tinker around the edges, but I can't change who I am at my core. So I'm very grateful, like I say, and that's why to me, it's never about me as the individual or Julie even as the individual or anyone else out there that's doing the kind of things that we do. Is just, it's about what they stand for. It's about their ideas. And that, at the end of the day, is what it has to be more centrally focused on, is the ideas and what these people espouse and their sense of morality and their ethics that they bring to the table. Not necessarily the particular individual, because Julie, just like we were all fallible human beings too. But at the very least, when you see a fallible human being put themselves out there and admitting that they're fallible and admitting that they don't know everything, at least that lends them some credibility that carries forward and hopefully is more conducive with getting more people paying attention to what they could say. And that's, like I say, that's what I'm trying to provide. I think Julie's trying to do that as well. And like I say, she does great job as far as putting out her information out there. And especially, although she does predominantly stick to religion, but even when you're talking about like gender type stuff, I'm very thankful to have women like, not just her, but like Kelly Day and others that are out there that are standing up. Because if a guy's always talking about issues, especially like, well, abortion, Jesus Christ, like a guy to wade into that one, you're already in the shark tank, right? But to have women to be able to do that as well, that's the beautiful thing is no one can. You can't claim that Julie or Kelly is like anti-woman. Good luck on that one, considering they're women. So it gives them a little bit more of that street cred, right? Which is very, very important. And like I say, I'm very thankful to have, and that's where, to me, I want to see, matter of fact, I want to see all the people that are part of this movement and stand up for individual liberty. And I want to see people from all different backgrounds. I want black, brown, men, women, gay, straight, lesbian, tranny, L's place. And this is another perfect example where here's someone that's a trans person, and I don't know how L wants to be described, but L's place, anyways, is another person that's completely rejecting the leftist orthodoxy and the ideology. So, like I say, to have genuine credibility, to be able to push back, is to have a lot of individuals that represent those kind of traits that the left are trying to use against us, right? So that's the thing, is it's very important to have people from many different areas and many different backgrounds coming together, because you see what the leftists, the collectors, are trying to paint us as if we're all just a bunch of white straight male patriarchy nationalists, right? But once again, if you can create a reality where that's not like, they're trying to show that as a snapshot, but if you look at the picture and you're like, oh shit, all the people look like they're from all different areas of backgrounds, religions, races, creed, whatever. Well, that destroys the credibility of the leftists and the collectivists, which is why it's so important for us to put aside our petty, minute differences. I've never had a big concern as far as your sex or your race or your religion. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Like I say, I like to deal with these as an individual, but that's where it is profoundly important for us to put all of our stupid little petty differences aside and come together and show some solidarity with each other, as long as we're at least walking down that same path. And the only path that I require us to be on is the one that says, I respect you as an individual, and I want you to have the same kind of rights, freedoms, and liberties that I allow, that I want for myself. That's it. That's all. That's my only requirement. Meal and chill with apologist. I tend to collect good data around. Oh, yeah, good data. Data is always good to have. Oh, thanks, Julie. Light travels faster than sound. That is why Trudeau appears bright until you hear him speak. Yeah, that's for sure. Trudeau. Like I say, I kind of get how they got away with it at first, because he didn't have much to put out there, and they used advertising and the fact that he had name recognition and the fact that he was a little bit younger and he wasn't Harper, right? So it was just the perfect storm, I guess. And he offered legalization and this pretense that he was going to change the electoral system, or the election system in this country, from the first past the post to change it. And that's those two things, I think, enough were to get Canadians on board. But at least, at the very least, the Canadians that support him under those false pretenses, you should at least recognize at this point in time that the legalization, yeah, actually they created more laws, more rules, more restrictions, and more criminality as it pertains to consuming, cultivating, or distributing marijuana, right? So it wasn't really legalization. It's an attempted takeover of an already flourishing industry in this country that's been flourishing for decades, for as long as I've been alive anyways. And then the first past the post, well, I mean, he completely just disregarded that, right? He more or less, remember that reporting thing he was doing? He said, what do you want, Kelly Leach to have her own party? He basically alluded to the fact that, oh, hell no, I don't want anyone to be able to set up their own party. Imagine that if we had a proportional representation system. I could start my own party and be a party of one and still get myself somehow, if I hit in a particular riding, and have the ability to even have my say in the legislature. Yeah. Yeah. Trudeau definitely don't want someone like me in there, right? Saying what I've got to say. So he was like, oh, he shut that down real quick. He still wants the political parties or the political establishment to be defined or constrained to the political orthodoxy that is the representation of Canada's political culture, which, once again, I'd want to break out of that box real quick. I mean, Maxime's breaking out of that box, and look at the attacks they're targeting him with. And I'd go a whole lot further than Max is as far as espousing truth and pushing back against the media or the ruling class. I'd be actually, Max would look like a centrist, right? Or like someone that's like very, very pragmatic. Compared to me, Max, there's nothing extreme about him is compared, but there's actually nothing extreme about me either, other than the fact that apparently truth, stand for individual rights, freedom, and liberty is considered extreme today. But who says it's extreme? Oh, yeah, authoritarian collectivists. So it's really in the eyes of the beholder, right? Ken Doran. Hey, Ken, what's going on? The Anarchast has a guest on the other day with a great idea for an organized plan to bring awareness to the media. Struck masses that involves the libertarian movement. Yeah, the Anarchist. That's Jeff Berwick. I used to listen to Jeff Berwick quite a bit, actually, but I don't know. I found that guy to be, I don't know, a little bit snaky in a way. I still kind of, I still kind of respect him in a way, in some aspect, for at least he's staunch and steadfast against pushing back against the state. But there are people that, once again, I can respect the fact that you can do your thing, but there's also a lot of those people like such as him that, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to hang around with you. Right? I don't know. Although that's the thing, I don't know him enough personally, so I actually shouldn't offer that as like a finite decision, because who knows? Maybe he's different than how he is portrayed, but he does seem a little bit more snaky, I guess. I don't know. Once again, that's once again, that's that beautiful thing about freedom of association. It's like, hey, you can do your thing. Jeff, do your thing, man. Jeff Burrick, do your thing. And I'm glad at least we're, like I say, if he's an anarchist, and if we're traveling down the path where we're not believing in having central planner and authorities ruling and dictating every area of our social economic life or plundering our productive wealth or income, then yeah, you do your thing. You do you do me. That's the beautiful thing. I don't have to agree with Jeff Berwick. It doesn't matter because I'm not looking to impose my will on him and he's not looking to impose his will on me. So, hey, you do you, I do me. No harm, no foul. My nugs. Yes, statism. Yes, it is a religion in every sense of the word. Like I say, a lot of the people that are progressive, like I say, they rejected religion and Christianity because they recognize, probably like most of us, that there's a lot of dogma contained within that ideology. So they pivoted towards like academia or the secular world. But what did they do? They still needed some kind of moral guidance, didn't they? And this is just clear and concise proof that everyone needs some kind of moral guidance. And what they did is they just created their own religion and they made that religion the state. They're not the first ones. Communism, socialism, fascism, they're all religious dogmas that's representative of the state. They're ideologically driven, cult-like, a religion. So that's the thing that I laugh about when I hear people that call themselves atheists, but yet they're promoters of government or big government or collectivism. It's like, no, you're not an atheist. You think you're an atheist, but you're actually very religious. You're very much religious. Matter of fact, a lot of the things you believe in are built on not just dogma, but mystical concepts that have no basis of reality if you think about them critically. But once again, people that are predisposed to dogma or conforming to ideology, well, they just, once again, they rejected one and replaced it with another. And that other is the state. Yes, Cal, you are amazing. Thank goodness so many of us are checking out political Islam. Actually, that's something, like I say, I'm very ignorant and ill-informed when it comes to Islam, and I'm hoping Julie can help us out or help me out as far as to expand on that stuff when we talk tomorrow. But once again, this you don't if you're expecting, if anyone's watching this, if you're expecting me to go on attack or have hatred towards Islam as a religion, I mean, there's lots of areas in that. I'm sure if you point certain things or teachings within it that I'll disagree with, but like I say, I'm more about ideas than just attacking because it's something that, like I say, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, right? And I do know enough about Christianity that as much of the stuff you can throw at Islam, you could probably throw that same shit at Christianity prior to the Reformation, prior to the New Testament. So I don't know, maybe just the proponents of Islam, maybe a lot of them just haven't got to that Reformation point where they haven't brought or adopted their religious dogma and advanced or adopted that to be more conducive with the modern secular world, or at least more accepting of people's inherent and inalienable rights and freedoms. Like I say, I don't know. So to me, it's not about hating on Islam. It's about hating on, well, not even hating on, but denying any dogma that has the ability to align with legal or judicial aspects to destroy or deny other people's ability to think critically about issues in regards to social or economic or personal development. To me, it's like, just, I don't want anyone to have the ability to silence or suppress or deny anyone their ability to think outside the box. And that's what religions and dogmas predominantly do, is they don't want you to think outside of that box. And to me, the minute you've placed a person where their mind is so constrained that they can't think outside of what you've jammed in their head, then yeah, that's the minute you've shut people down, and the countdown is on to now we're going back into the dark ages. That's what I'm worried about, is I don't want to go back into the dark ages ever. Agorism is a possible solution of this mess. Well, yes, there's a ton of things that we can all do every day that you don't have to have transactions or interactions that has this the microscope of the state focusing or paying attention on what you do. I agree, Rika, for sure. Being alone forces one to be real with oneself. That's so. Oh yeah, you have to be. I think to be well adapted as an individual. Like I basically require some sense of belonging in some aspects. So whether it's from my wife, my kids, or extended family members or friends, but I'm also healthy enough that I can live and reside within my own head, my own mind fairly well. I'm fairly adapted at doing that. I would never want to do that predominantly, but yes, I think to have a good, healthy psychology and some healthy self-esteem is you have to be able to live within your own mind and be happy with what you produce or what you are as a person, because you're the only one that knows that. When you're living in your own mind, you can't lie to yourself. Externally, you can fool people constantly, but you can't lie to yourself. You can try, but you know you can't. So at the end of the day, it is very important to get yourself in a good, healthy mindset where you can live with yourself and reside in your own mind and still be relatively happy and peaceful and feel that there's real meaning there. Creepin' Sharia website was pulled on Monday. Where's everyone from? Oh, Northwest Territories. Ian Myers is way up in the Northwest Territories. Nice. You an ice road trucker, Ian? No, but that was something I remember. Was it? Yeah, was it Northwest or Yukon? Might have been the Yukon actually. One of my uncles went out there one time. It's pretty cool. I actually thought about doing that before too, but you had to go for such long stretches. The wife said, it's bad enough that you're going away weeks at a time, but months on end, yeah, not so much. And I agree because I actually really enjoy being around my wife, actually. So I'm weird that way. Just kidding. Sharia seems pretty similar. Islam doesn't belong here. Yeah, I seen that, Aaron. Yeah, I know. I actually referenced them both. I think I got two actually. Double A. Appreciate the donation. Very appreciative of that. I should try to keep uploading information. Islam. Should try to keep uploading information. Islam. All right. Bin Loved. Yes, engagement and dialogue is nice. I notice Americans will interact more with each other and chat more than Canadians. That is so true. And once again, like I'm a Canadian. I'm like I say, I'm happy to be a Canadian. I respect my fellow Canadians, but yes, I've always thought that damn, the Americans seem to have this amazing ability. And like I said, it seems to be predominantly from the culture that because if you're rejecting, like think about it, even just psychologically, right? So if you're rebellious and you're overthrowing your authoritarian daddy or mommy over in Europe, right? And you had to become staunchly independent. Well, if you're going to become staunchly independent, you're going to want to surround yourself with not just other people that are staunchly independent themselves, but you're going to feel like a close personal relationship with those people because they have that same kind of resolve, right? That actually creates a more area of community than just the fact that what Canada are the thing that's supposed to bring us together is the fact that what we're all conformists to the monarch, but not just the monarch, but even our local, federal, and provincial. So we have like multiple layers of authoritarianism that rules over of us, even historically, where we weren't quite willing, not me, so I wasn't alive back then, but it's like, we weren't quite willing to overthrow or become staunchly independent as far as, the British monarchy. We kind of wanted to, we were a little bit scared to go fully independent. So we're like, no, we still want to have England kind of be like our authoritarian mommy or daddy in some way. Like I say, it does affect the psychology and the culture of a country. And even the way the Constitution is drafted in the United States. Once again, these are things, these meta stories, these foundational principles, they have profound effect on your culture. And it carries through generation after generation after generation. Now, we are seeing the degradation after all these generations in the US because the collectivists are, like I say, they seem to be dominating the discourse or a lot of the discourse these days. But that rebellious spirit, that rebellious culture, it's still underlying in the American psyche, in the American culture. And they're standing up and showing the resolve. I really, really wish more and more Canadians had that same kind of resolve and that same kind of ambition to be staunchly independent. Engage. Oh, not many immigrants here yet. Oh, in Northwest Territory. You probably won't have to worry too much about that. Right? Especially, I mean, think about predominantly where a lot of these people are coming from. They probably don't want to go way the hell up in the Arctic, not of environment that they would be conducive with, right? So, maybe if Russians or Swedes start becoming like, dominant part of the immigration system, they might be more conducive with that because they're more used to living in the colder climates. But yeah, for the predominant cultures that are now seemingly being brought to Canada, yeah, they're probably not going to end up in the Northwest Territories. That's fairly certain, I would imagine. Oh, Rika, why are so many liberty-oriented dudes so freaking long-winded? I don't know, Rika, but I definitely am. I definitely acknowledge that. I accept that, and I will even apologize for it at times because like I say, even my wife will tell me, and I'm trying again, try to keep it short and sweet. Well, what it is I feel like I have to be so thorough. It's the same, even like I say, even in my personal life, as far as like if I'm building an engine or building a deck or doing anything in construction or a fence, I just feel like I have to be I'm very meticulous, and I'll double check. I'm measuring like stuff. Like I say, I'll even double check and measure 2 or 3 times. So it's redundant. I get it. And I suppose to you, because you're very advanced in your thinking, you don't need to hear the kind of redundancy they offer. But it's not just the people that listen to me regularly. What about the people that don't listen to me regularly? I feel like I should offer a little redundancy so that it's more clear and concise in what I'm trying to say. Once again, they're even long-winded just trying to explain it. So sorry. I am who I am, and I try my best, but God damn, like I say, it's really hard to not be me. Awesome, Ian was up there last summer. Great people. Bugs. The MSN treat us like we're grade 2. Yeah, well, that's so true. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier in the chat, like why would anyone even want to be treated like not just second class citizens, but like you're basically adolescents? I just don't understand. Well, I do, because the education system, the way it's done, is it teaches you to always be conformist, to always seek out some authority figure, to never think for yourself, to feel you have to rely on the collective or the group. And you're only as good as what the collective or the group is. And yeah, it's like I say, it's a terrible way to raise and or to treat people. And that's what you get. As a consequence, look what you get. An entire population, or at least a large portion of that population, that basically grow up as adults still acting and functioning as if they're adolescents. It's a sad reality. Information can change that, though. That can bring you up to being an adult. Requires some hard changes, some growing pains, but you'll be much better on the other side of those growing pains. I'll guarantee you that. Plant Boy, you got it. Oh, thanks for answering Plant Boy there, Julie. Appreciate it. Ken, is it possible for us to get the contact information for a whole region in order to be a coordinated front? People to hear. Is it possible for us to get the contact information for a whole region in order to be a coordinated front to read the messages we would like people to hear? Not quite sure actually what you're trying to say there, Ken, to be honest with you. Is it possible for us to get the contact information for a whole region? Dang, that sounds like I don't know if a whole lot of people will want to do that per se, but I don't know. If you can, I guess. Thanks for proving my point, LOL. The sad side of no problem. The sad side of public schools is the regulation and crazy left-wing unions. Yeah. Oh, it's once again, churches. Back in the day, it was churches and preachers and Sunday school and the preachers' wives or daughters. Or today, the Sunday schools have been replaced with public schools. They're still teaching you to be predisposed into being indoctrinated into a religion or a cult. It's just that theirs is called the state. Their moral authority derives from other human beings, other very, very, not just infallible, but people with authoritarian tendencies. They're supposed to be your new moral authorities. And once again, that's always a bad place to place yourself in. Prussian schooling, yeah, Rika understands. Yeah, it's all based on the Prussian model that goes all the way back to the 1840s to teach us all to be predominantly predisposed to being good little worker bees and conformist to an authority or a ruling class. Very well. Very true, Rika. You know. I wonder how can it be that meeting tomorrow? Family told me our military had enough. Oh shit, the page just did that thing again here. Whoa, gotta go back here. Whoa, I see. Oh, AJ, what's going on? I see AJ's in the chat here. Okay, I gotta go back up here. Damn, why does it do that? Oh, maybe one of you guys, AJ or you guys. Why the hell is the chat like it goes so like it's going down good and then it just whoa takes off like a mofo for some reason? Okay, shit, I got a lot to get caught up on. Okay, so back to I got to get quicker here, going through this quicker. I'm freaking screwing up here, folks. Sorry about that. Damn, I gotta go up this far. Oh shit! What did you do to your hair? uh, rainy steps. Rainy steps, I believe is what did you do to your hair? I don't know. It's just I don't know what the hell you call it. I don't know. Just like it was just chill day, right? So I just decided to throw a little bit of mousse in there and give it a little whatever. And actually, it's real easy to do. So that's kind of what I did. Why I did it, to be honest with you, because like I say, today's supposed to be just chill. Hopefully, I answered that question good enough for you. Just total chill. That's all. Shit. Oh, Rennie steps again. Where's your tie? Damn, no tie. Sorry, Rennie. No tie either. I know. Hey, I'll put a tie on, like I say, but today was just supposed to be a chill, chill stream. Oh shit, AJ is up there too. God damn it, how far do I gotta go up here? And what is going on? Okay, this is weird, folks. I scrolled all the way back up the top trying to get to the part where I left off when the whole chat shifted. Now I've lost. So now I'm starting at Paul Q. Think Tommy will get one of the 8 spots tomorrow for MEP. Oh, I'm not sure about that one. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, it's a shame what they're doing to anyone that's challenging the political orthodoxy in the UK. And to think that the UK is actually one of those places that, even though like I say, the Americans realized that they still didn't want to deal with the UK, and that's why they become independent, and Canadians too. But the UK still, at one point in time, were the bastions of individual liberty as far as Europe goes, anyways. Right? I mean, go all the way back to Magna Carta, all those 800 years of figuring out and all that it took and required to create a legal or judicial system that did respect individuals and had the presumption of innocent and all that stuff. Like I say, to see the UK turn into being so authoritarian, so collectivist, and so rejecting of their own historical culture, it's a shame. It's an absolute fucking shame, and I feel terrible about it. I really, really do. It kind of hurts me in a way to see, because even with all the other cultures around the world, there's nothing wrong with having multiple cultures. I don't want the world to get to the point where we're all the same, think the same, and do the thing and act the same. What the fuck? Diversity, and genuine diversity, is the spice of life. Right? I actually do. That's the thing about a libertarian. I actually do want diversity. The only thing that I don't want diverse is our universal morals and ethics, the principles that stands as foundational for how we interact or deal with each other socially or economically. It's like, don't hit, don't steal, the things that are universally consistent and negative, not positive. And like, not that I can impose something on you, just that I expect you to respect my sovereignty. Once again, that was something that the people of the UK used to stand firmly on. To see them today rejecting that, or even, like I say, Germans and Austrians and people or the French, how much they were fighting against authoritarianism and the overarching reach of the state, or or monarchs in the past, to see them turn and pivot to not just accepting and adopting statism or authoritarianism, but using that as a mean to cause harm to other people. Like, that's the part that it's like, what the hell? Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, nice one, troll. Yep, a troll. Where's the moderator? No moderator. Yeah, I know. I got to get a moderator. Actually, you're right, Ian. I should have a moderator here. Damn it. At the very least, although I don't want anyone to go like silencing people or deleting people's comments and shit, but at least someone that's pointing out, hey, you got some chats in here that you should be paying attention to. That would be nice, because like I say, there seems to be so many. I got to get down through them here. Do nice. It's the wrong thing to do. Nice one. I'm not a troll. I'm trying to see if I should make a move. This is by Nice One. No moderator. That's why I asked Bennett to give a wrench to Julie. Oh, I would gladly give. Of course, I'd give Julie moderator. I'm sure she don't want to waste her time though. Stop trying to get her to stop placing more responsibilities on Julie than she already has. I reported him. That's disgusting. No, what's going on here? Neil Lacey. I reported him. That's disgusting. No, and should be looking at their daughter. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what the hell happened here, folks. Something must have happened in the chat that I don't know about, and maybe I don't want to know about. Whatever. Just truth all the way. Okay, True Faye, New Brunswicker here. Neil Legacy. Hey, Neil, how you doing? I wonder, could we have some kind of data and instruction share going to help each other develop skills and share the burden of spreading the word? Well, that's what social media platforms are doing, right? And there's lots of alternatives. Like, we can get together. Like I say, that's easy. Just use social media platforms. That's the beautiful thing. And if you don't trust the ones that like Facebook or Twitter, well, there's Minds, BitChute, and Gab and places like that you can as well, and they'll respect your sovereignty and your freedom of speech as well. Okay, what are the first words out of Muslims? Oh, god damn. Okay, this gator hog, like, what the hell? What are the first words? Yeah, like, we don't need that kind of crap in the chat, man. Really, though. I get you might think you're funny, but then take it as some, like, and this is supposed to be chill, but like I said, it's not my shtick. It's not my thing. I mean, do it in the chat or whatever, but I don't know who you're trying to cater to. Because the kind of people that I try to bring to my channel and watch my content aren't going to be people that are going to be like, yeah, I love that stuff, man. Or I hope not, anyways. But the only thing is social media, which is crap. Social media is what you make of it. Because, like I say, social media is not just Facebook and Twitter. Like I say, there's lots of social media platforms that don't even get the kind of attention that they rightfully should, because these are the ones like Gav's offering you the ability to say what you got to say without being restricted or hampered. Move over there then, or not just even move over there. Keep that as redundancy. I do. And I definitely share my stuff on those pages and those platforms, because I know that, if the day ever comes where I'm silenced or suppressed some way in some of these dominant platforms, well, I have redundancy built in. And I have the ability to communicate people, even if, like I say, these dominant social media players cease to exist tomorrow. I'll still be able to have interaction and engagement with all the people that I've built a relationship with over these years. And I'm grateful for that. Okay, I'm going to go quicker here, folks. Okay. Got my wrench plant. Okay, so I'm going way down here. Sorry, I'm just going by a bunch. So now I'm at, okay, AJ, thanks, AJ, for the $10, buddy. I really appreciate it. That's awesome of you. I'd actually even invite you into the chat, to be honest with you there, AJ. The only thing is today I decided I'm going to try to mostly focus on the chat, because as you know, when we've talked before, if I get hyper-focused and talking with, like, if I'm dealing with you or Rants or anyone else, I'm not paying much attention to chat. So I would definitely invite you on, and I will at another point in time in the future for sure, guaranteed. It's just I want to stick and focus on the people in the chat today. So hopefully you understand that, and I'm sure you do anyways. I used to employ 5 guys. Since Trudeau came in, I laid off 4. Yeah, that's a shame, Ian. Hey, I've heard that story from so many people. I've got members of my family that were doing great out in the oil patch until things went really, really south. What was it, 2014 or 2015 or whatever? And yeah, a lot of them are now going through some hard times themselves financially. And it's rough, because these are people, like I say, the the soil of the earth, right? The people that'll work fucking hard every day. My stepdad's the kind of guy, every day he'll work hard every day, morning to night. Doesn't even complain most of the time. And yet he doesn't even feel like he's being respected today, and doesn't even feel like he has a place in Canada anymore. And that's a sad reality, folks. That is a sad reality. And if it wasn't for the fact those in government can redistribute the productive income or the wealth of the unborn at this point in time, or just print money to pay over that, like that's an absolute shame, because people like my father, people like myself, people like a lot of the people that are probably in this chat, you know, the fact that the central planners rely on everything we produce in society, well, if they still had to, that's where our power rests and resides. But now they can just paint over it and just say, we don't need Bennett. We don't need any of these people to actually work anymore, because we can just print money and mask over and paint over that and compensate for that. Well, that's not going to work out very well in the long run. Might be a short-term stopgap measure, but even these central planners, they'll figure at some point in time, yeah, that's not going to work out. It's not conducive for what the goals they have in mind. Unless the goal they have in mind is to completely destroy the country from within, then that's about the only thing that they will succeed in. If you and I were in Brooks today, we'd probably be the only two white folks there, Nugs. Oh, AJ. Hey, Cal. Missing YouTuber cringe channel. Hello, tuners. What's up, missing YouTube cringe channel? Hey, Ian, how's it going? Ah, yeah. Okay. Sales brother. Work on your brand and sell your expertise. Generate some drop ship products. I need to do the same. Eternal Crow. That's actually a good idea. And you know what? You do kind of got to make it a branding kind of a thing in a way. Although that is my biggest fault, I think, which is I recognize it's a failure on my own behalf. Is I try not to make things about me, but it kind of, in some way, it kind of does have to be a little bit about me, right? But that's where I try to keep my ego in check. Sometimes maybe I'm suppressing my ego a little bit too much at times. Why? Because I don't want it to get out of hand. Because I remember back in the days in my 20s and stuff, my ego was probably a little bit outsized, maybe too big for my britches, right? So now I'm going the other way and suppressing it too much. I don't know. Like it's a hard thing, but you're right. Absolutely right. I should make it more about branding in some way, because if I am going to make it as a business model and be compensated, rewarded, I have to bring something. There has to be something I'm bringing to the table that people want to compensate me for. I think I kind of do that already, but yeah, maybe I have to be a little bit more bold and ambitious in that regard. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try my best. Thanks for the advice. Life in Nova Scotia, 103,000 gross, 36,000 deductions, 20,000 child support, and I still owe $1,750 this year in income. Like, that is so fucking insane. I know what you're saying. Listen, that stuff doesn't make any fucking sense to me, right? Like, you're looking at what, over half of your income taken. Like, if a slave is, well, like I said in the past video, well, a slave had to have a roof over the head, food in their belly, and clothes on the back. Bare minimums, right? And water, right? To sustain themselves, to live, to be able to go out and pick the cotton and all that shit. So let's say that cost the master, as a portion of the production that the slave offers, let's say it's 20, 30% that goes to, like I say, providing the roof over their head, or the clothes in their back, or the food in their belly, and all that stuff. That means slavery was really 70% confiscation or indentured servitude. Well, today we're basically at 50 or 60% on average. So that's pretty damn close to being a slave again. It's just that they trick you into thinking that you're not a slave, right? At least back in the day, the slaves knew they were slaves. The problem today is most Canadians don't recognize you're still a fucking slave. It's just your authoritarian political masters have come up with a construct and a sales pitch that convinces you that you're no longer a slave. The onus is on you to break yourself out of that mindset. Oh, and yeah, back down the Rennie steps. Where's the tie? I know. I love the tie shirt and tie combo. It's pretty cool. My wife kind of got me into that stuff. And like, ties are fairly cheap, especially if you buy them. I'm letting out the cat out of the bag here because I don't care. I'm not a wealthy person, but you can buy ties at like the thrift stores, used ties. You have to get them cleaned up and all that stuff, but for like $3 or $4. So it's a good little way to, have a little bit of change, shift things up, make some kind of little bit of interesting aspect of my channel, right? Whereas because I'm always changing the shirt and the tie combo, just a little bit of extra something to entice people to even just want to pay attention. And obviously it works in some regard because Rennie here's asking where the tie is. So thanks for asking, Rennie. Appreciate it. But like I said, today I was just total in chill mode. So keeping the shirt and tie and that kind of thing a little bit on the back burner for today. I'll try to get back to it though. Nope, I'm a politician. I can't even speak in front of a crowd of 5 live. Oh, hey, and nope. I'm like you, Julie. Even just doing these videos, I'm probably sure you had the same thing. It was hard for me to even get over the fact that I'm going to go live in front of a camera. Like, damn, I didn't even like someone taking a picture of me back in the day. Here I am putting myself out there for, sometimes thousands of people at a time. And like, damn, well, a lot of times you just try not to think about that per se, right? But yeah, I get it. It's one of those discomforts that you just kind of get over. And I've done it. Julie's done it. And I'm sure, Julie, you do a very good job. Although I don't necessarily think I'd want you to be a politician. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing per se. I think you're great just who you are. But I'm sure any endeavor you chose to undertake, even as a politician, I'm sure you'd overcome it. I have no doubt about it. Where's Kelly Day? Hey, Kelly. Yeah, that's true too. Where's Kelly? Yeah. I mean, she must be busy, or she might even be doing her own video today. Kelly's pretty busy. And I know because she's now run for the PPC. Her and Mark actually have stepped up and both become candidates for the PPC, Mark Friesen. And I'm sure they're probably pretty busy. I'm trying to, generate interest and stuff as far as not just their YouTube videos, but, I don't know, maybe what? I guess you probably wouldn't be out there knocking on doors or anything just yet, but I'm sure she's a busy lady and she probably has lots to do. No doubt about it. Enjoy your channel. Thanks for the content. Nice work. I agree. And AJ is actually a really smart guy. I was listening to him and Derek. Actually, it was a fairly long feed they had. If AJ's still in the chat there, I was listening to you and Derek, and yeah, you're a smart guy, AJ. You can tell you're very, very astute. You pay meticulous attention to the things that are said, and you can tell that you're thinking about it. You're not just simply regurgitating what you said, but you can tell you've run that through the old cranium, and what's coming out is your own original thoughts. Mostly it's just with other information that you've heard from other different people. But yeah, I think AJ is a great addition as far as people out there that are promoting individual rights, freedoms, and liberty. And he does it in a pretty calm, cool, collected manner. He's a younger guy than I am, so he probably appeals to more of the younger crowd. Yeah, I'm like I say, AJ's a great dude. Like that. Well, we'll definitely be having another chat again soon, AJ. No doubt about it. About it. No doubt about it. Canadian accent, right? No matter what they do, I guess everything in the matter. Even when I drove truck and I was in the U.S., probably 80% of the time, 20% in Canada, still can't beat that a boot out of me for some reason. I don't know what the hell. Okay, let me get down here because, like I say, if I don't hurry the hell up, I might get stuck where the whole feed goes by too fast again. Philip knows what you mean. Would you like it? Make the $3,000 as long as the public shit's come off. Check out Stoicism. Right on. Love you, Fox. Rennie Stamps. Kelly, back at you, Rennie. Hey, cool. Lots of people chilling in the stream today. That's great. That's why you should run. You're not a politician. We need more humanity in our MPs. I hear you, Ian. Well, that's the thing. There's some people, depending though, I guess, but I kind of get it. But then it's like, I almost think of it in almost in an opposite way. I know probably sounds a little weird, maybe, but damn, if you're one of those people that aren't a politician and you do, it's like, you really want to throw them in the viper pit? Really put them in there with a bunch of liars and sociopaths and control freaks. Power does have a corrupting nature, and even if it doesn't corrupt the person, like even if it doesn't have the ability to corrupt Julie, why would you want to throw the pit or the den of vipers? It's like, damn, right? Man or woman. I'm not saying because you're a woman either, Julie. Man or woman. It's like, because I'm a guy and I don't want to join it. It's like, I don't even know why I would want to surround myself with a bunch of politicians. Or, I mean, have you ever watched Question Period? I mean, how would I think about how someone like myself, I couldn't even function in that area where like I'm trying to ask someone a question, like the opposition, like, I was standing up like trying to ask Trudeau a question, and yet all I get is legalese or a no answer. Yeah, I'm not conducive with just sitting back down the seat, like, all right, let me just wait and beat my head off the wall again here in another 5 minutes. Like, I don't know. It just seems like seems soul crushing, soul destroying. That's that kind of, like I say, those who do go in the political realm that are like Kelly and Mark, like, I mean, I'm kind of glad you stepped up the plate in some way, but in another side of me is like, damn, do you really know what you put yourself into, what kind of position you've placed yourself in? And like I say, mad respect for you for doing so. Just be careful. Just be careful. Because at the end of the day, I know we're all trying to change and affect the culture, but if you take all the best of us or the good or the brightest and you destroy all those people, well, I don't know, by placing them into the political realm and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. There might be other areas where they would be much better off or much better suited to actually help creating a much more healthier society or culture. I don't know. Once again, that's just me, my internal thinking verbalized it. Nova Scotian. Okay, lots of family in the chat. Yeah, lots of family in the chat. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it, folks. Love all you guys. I really, and girls. Love all. When I say guys, I don't mean that as like a male thing. It's just old Gen X. You say guys all the time. Guys and girls. That's all. That's all. Love you all. I really do. Because like I say, you're the people that, like the people that care about liberty. It's like, oh, there's something about them, which is why you can watch their videos or listen to them speak, is because you can feel it. You can almost, it's something, you can feel their passion. It resonates from them. And it's like, oh, it inspires me. It really does. It does. Okay, so I'm now back down to where Remy asked about what I did. The hair I already answered. Cringe channel, please explain tattoos and purple shirts. I don't know. Well, the tattoo thing is just because I don't know. I kind of like a couple tattoos. Actually, I got another one way up. It goes actually way up. It's just a checkered flag thing or whatever under ripped skin. It looks like there's a checkered flag under my ripped skin. What it is I'm big time into racing, and I was a country kind of guy. And on my truck, I did like a barbed wire motif, because it's a countryish thing, rural country with the barbed wire fences and stuff. And it would just look cool, right? Just a little bit of a cool thing, I guess, back in the day. Although it did represent, like I say, it's not like there's nothing meaningful about it. It just represents my character a little bit. And of course, over here, actually can't get, it's quite far up on my shoulder. But that's my two sons. The first tattoo I ever had back in the day, actually, when I had my sons, both of my boys, I wanted to get a tattoo with both of their names, because obviously they're my sons. I love them more than anything. But yeah, the purple, well, the purple to me is the beautiful thing about when you talk about metaphorically wise. I just happen to like the color myself personally, but the metaphorical aspect of purple is, well, think about it. So if you want to play the red versus blue, which is what you're talking about, red pill, blue pill, right? It's politics. Liberals versus conservatives, or Democrats and Republicans. Well, what is purple? Purple is basically you take some blue and you take some red, and what you get is the best representation of both come together. Purple is that's what it is metaphorically, if you want to get down deep into it a little bit. Although once again, that's just completely subjective. But yeah, it's the best of both worlds. So whether you want to do it as political or men versus women, right? Red, blue, that way, men and girl, or men and women. It's once again, you take the best of the both, you combine them together because they both have strong aspects and areas where they bring to the table, to the dialogue, to the conversation, to the interaction, to the relationship. And that's what it is. Purple is a representation of the best of the both of them. And I actually think purple is a better color than both, to be honest with you. That's just my own personal subjective opinion. Once again, that's not objective. That's just a subjective opinion. So hopefully I help answer that one for you. I like the hair. Cool. Thanks, Kat. Like I say, it's just a stupid little, It drop her down to the old front. It's actually the easiest kind of hair to do ever. Should do it from now on. No, that's getting lazy. That's one thing I won't do. I like changing things up. I like Caesars. The hairdo came with the cool, colorful shirt. Yeah, they came together. Got the haircut, and they gave me a shirt to go with it. When guy's 48 still has hair, we don't complain about what it looks like. That's so true. Yeah. Hey, at least I got hair, right? I'm pretty happy. Oh no, I shouldn't say that actually, because oh hey man, that's a bad thing to say, because there's some people that a lot of people I respect the most. People such as Stephen Molyneux, a little bit light on the hair, but he's still a decent looking man. Not not that I go around judging men or whatever, but he's still and some guys actually, like my wife even says all the time, some guys actually look pretty damn good with no hair. Me though, I have a little bit more, I think, of a rounder kind of a face. I don't think I would look good with fucking no hair at all. Other guys though can pull it off and actually look very dignified, very respectable in that way. And Molyneux is definitely one of those guys. Me though, like I say, yeah, you probably wouldn't want to see me with a bald head. That's for damn sure. Not to mention, I've got a few scars on there from some of my crazy adventures when I was younger that probably wouldn't look too cool either. Is that barbed wire around your arm? Yeah, it goes all the way. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I didn't whip out, and it actually, if you look, it's like so close to my armpit. Tell you the truth, it was a little bit fucking painful, to be honest with you. People talk about, oh, tattoos. I'm just honest about things. Now, it wasn't enough, like, whatever, but yeah, when you get close to your armpit, oh, damn, everywhere else, it was just like somebody just annoying, right? A little bit annoying. But damn, when you get close to your armpit, oh shit, it gets a little sensitive in around that region. But yeah, it was just, like I say, just something I did when I was younger. It was representative, but I won't lie, a little bit part of me thought it was cool too. It was also when I was in my days of working out and all that stuff, whatever, right? All that crap. Okay, so enough about my stupid shirt, my tattoos and stuff, I guess. Purple shirt to the dishes, then life spins one from purple shirt to the dishes, then the refrigerator. What can you do? Collecting donations, missing YouTube cringe channel, collecting donations. Oh, what's this? My Nugs. Hey, what's that? Oh, it's a pig fart. I've never seen that one before. That's a pretty cool emoji or emoticon, whatever the hell you call it. I think I can do more by producing YouTube vids. I answer to no one this way. That's true. Yeah. No, that's true, Julie. Yeah, 100%. Exactly. You're completely in control. You are your own boss, and you get to set you're your own editorial board, right? You get to set your own narrative, your own story. You get to say, yes, exactly. Well, whereas if you join the party, well, I mean, Max has said he's very good about, giving people their freedoms in that way. So I won't say anything negative in that regard, but yeah, I mean, if Julie's anything like me, which I think she is, and just loves her staunch independence and her freedom, is yes, you got that in spades when you're your own boss and don't have to conform to anybody. 100%. What do you think of a data? Okay. Oh shit! What the hell? We need to flee to have Julie. Okay, I'm seeing. Hold on here. Another one. Eternal Crow, Canadian Libertarian. Wasn't saying collectivism, was thinking community. You are building through this allows us to discuss and understand our ideas, a form of discussion with it. Yeah, no, I understand that. Sorry if I misrepresent what you were saying there earlier, Eternal Crow. No, I get it. I totally get what you're saying. Like I say, and yes, definitely, I'm all about creating a community of individuals that are not even just, well, I mean, when I say like-minded, all that really matters to me is like-minded is just respect each other, our sovereignty as individuals, respect our liberties and our freedom. That's it. You don't have to agree with me. My stretch of the imagination is just respect me as an individual. I'll respect you as an individual. And I think that works out conducive. I mean, think about it. In our own personal, private lives, that's how we treat each other mostly. Damn well, that's how we all do. That's how we get along, right? So it's just expand that out into the political realm or in the social media realm. That's all it is, expanding out. And that's how you do create genuine community, and where we do respect each other is just don't try to impose our ideas, our will, or mandates on other. And that's so conducive where we can look each other as family, or as members of an extended family, rather than perceive each other as adversaries. That's the problem with big government and using the power of the state to impose your will or mandates on each other, it causes everyone to be placed in this realm where we look at each other or perceive each other as adversaries or enemies. That's a terrible way to do things. Take away that monopoly of violence and force, and then we have to treat each other, well, with words and with respect and with dignity. So yeah, hopefully you understand. I wasn't trying to suggest anything in that way. Thanks though for clarifying. Maybe we should sue Omar Kadar for the trauma he caused most Canadians for being paid murder as identified as Snowflake. Some of his money. I won't necessarily get into the Omar Kadar thing. I know that's very it's a big thing that caused a lot of infighting. To me, it's just not a big enough thing to make it. Think about it. Who gave him the money though? It was the Trudeau Liberals. So it's government at the end of the day that's really the problem. Trying to paint to that individual, and you can say about how he killed an American soldier, and I know the whole story, I know the whole background, but this was in Afghanistan. Once again, folks, this wasn't on Canadian soil, it wasn't on American soil. This was in this guy's former country. Now I get it. He was living in Canada and his dad and all that. I get all the history. I get all that entirely, right? But once again, I also accept the fact that some authoritarian central planners in Canada, the US, and many in the past have been stirring up the hornet nest in the Middle East for far, far, far too long, right? And that's a problem. That's causing blowback, and that actually, led to a lot of the shit that we're having to deal with today. So, I mean, we can deal with the problems that have been caused subsequent to those foreign wars of aggression, but then you have to step back and start from the beginning, how those problems actually started, how they come to fruition. But yeah, I'm not getting into that shit today, not because I know how emotional people can get as far as that whole Omar Kadar thing. And yeah, like, not even touching it. Because to me, like I said, it's not about an individual or a particular what Trudeau. Like, Trudeau's done a billion fucking things wrong. Why am I going to focus on that one thing? My God, not. There's tons. Like I say, I just want the guy gone. I don't want any government to have the ability to take from me to give my money to someone else, regardless, right? The only fucking person, like if Kadar, suffered at the hands of whether it's the Americans or the Canadians or whatever happened in Guantanamo Bay, it's whoever tortured him, whoever did whatever the hell, they should be the ones. Those are the people that should be dealing with each other as far as figuring out and resolving that issue. Not you or I as Canadians that didn't have anything to do with any of it. Why the fuck am I going to have to pay for it or provide for any compensation? Like, that has nothing to do with me. Once again, this is the part where individual actors need to be held to account individually. That's how you solve these problems, and you resolve these problems and figure out who the ones are the true culprits, right? Rather than playing this that's the thing with Trudeau. He didn't give fucking nobody any money. Trudeau did he take it out of his goddamn whatever is what the fuck do you call it? His little fund that he's got, trust fund or whatever, all that money he's got. Did he pay out of his pocket? No, he forced you or I to pay for it. So it's like, whatever with that shit. That's a crock of crap forcing me to fucking, and it's not just Omar Kadar. There's lots of money that Trudeau loves squandering and pissing away. And not just Trudeau, but all politicians. It's like, why are you plundering my fucking money to pay for other? That's the problem with collectivism. That's the problem with big government. Yeah, just moving on past that. Okay. No, don't watch Julie's videos. Watch my watch both. Hey, Jay's funny. Okay, going down. Am I censored? I don't know. Are you? Missing YouTube cringe channel? You're not censored on my channel anyways. Thanks, AJ. Define fruit like a pear. Okay, going on down, folks. Trying to get quicker here. Can someone call me at 11:45 tomorrow? Make sure I'm out of bed for the live stream. Okay, L's place is awesome. Yeah. No, L does a great job, and like I say, an excellent person. That's a great addition to those who are standing for individual rights, freedom, and liberty. And I'm very appreciative to see that L stepped up to the plate and is putting out some pretty good videos and content. So it's awesome. Like I say, L's my fave. Wrote what? I won't accept my email nor my password. Oh, it won't accept my. Okay, I don't know. Yes, Mike Ellis, please. You're on a different app. Canadians didn't fall for their. That's arrested. Fall for their taunts. Oh yeah, good stuff. We're all humans on this journey. Yep, I am. What's shaking? Hey, Truth, the new hate speech. What's shaking? Just got here. Nice to see you joined into the chat. Actually, let me take a quick look here. 8:20. Started at 6 o'clock. Hey, just let me know, everyone, if you want me to tie this up anytime soon here. I'm enjoying myself, so I'll just keep going. And you know I will. God damn it, I can go on for hours. Matter of fact, I've joked around before with the wife and others, and actually the wife's brother was down the other day, and I was saying, you know, I think I could be one of those people that you get me on with Joe Rogan. We'll make this a motherfucking marathon. And eventually, Joe will have to submit and say, okay, that's it. I just can't go any longer. I'd be like, damn, Joe, I'm just getting started, buddy. No, just kidding. But yeah, I do seem to have the gift of the gab, and I can ramble on if I want to. So sometimes the onus is on other people to tell me that, okay, that's enough, Bennett. Legalization caused the black market, aka free market, to explode here. Oh, of course it will. like I said, even before the whole legalization come to exist, it's like, how are you going to compete with the black market? Like, good luck with that. All those multiple layers of bureaucracy and a tax on top of it. And you think you're going to be able to compete with, you know, Matt in apartment 6B? Right? Good luck with that one. And if you don't get the reference to my video I made in the past, it was a great article that I referenced out of, what was it, the Manatee or something? But it was a great article talking about, you know, how Cannabis NB, they lost, what was it, 11 or 17 million? I think it was 11 million the first year. It's like, how do you lose money selling weed, especially when you get to be the one that's the only game in town as far as legalized products? Well, why? Because, like I say, and like that article reference, because Matt in 6B, apartment 6B, he's got all the tools at his disposal that you don't have, because he doesn't have to function under an authoritarian regime. He gets to function in the free, or as they call it, the black market. So good luck competing with Matt in apartment 6B. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing with the communists. I agree with Cat and Canada. They are indoctrinated with communism. I don't hate them for it. They're products of the system. Yes. Don't hate people that are taught the wrong things or indoctrinated or inundated with the wrong information. Help them as best you can. Now, the ones that hate you for trying to help them and won't allow you to help them, well, yes, turn and pivot away from those people as quickly as possible. But if they even got an inkling and they're willing to allow you to try to offer some information that will counter some of the dogma or the ideology that's been thrust and jammed in their head, yes, try to help those people out, because it's not just a benefit to them. Every bit you benefit them is going to benefit you, because your rights, freedoms, and liberty requires everyone else to respect them, which means other people have to know what they even entail and what it means to respect them. So help other people out. It can't be a sole initiative about worrying about what you do. It has to be worrying about what other people do. That's what I do every day, is I try to get other people to accept and adopt voluntary social and economic interactions and show them every day, because most people do, how beneficial it is, rather than using authoritarianism. And like I say, most of my life I've seen where that's been very conducive and allowed for the people that I surround myself to be some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. And I don't think that's by coincidence. I think that's by sheer extension of that reality. Libertarian rollies with a message on each sheet. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Canadian Libertarian rolling papers. That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? That'd be that's a product. That's a capitalist venture. Someone tells the sock boy what to do. He's seriously too stupid. Yeah, obviously that guy. Well, there's no mistaking about it that Justin Trudeau does not come up with any of the policy. He literally is just that sock puppet, as you suggest, and that's been used for so many people. But how low? I mean, that's almost unquestionable at this point in time, just by listening to the guy, the way he talks, and even take him off our teleprompter. This is a guy like, what the fuck? Have you never talked to people in public before without a teleprompter in front of you because you sound really, really awkward. I think what it is though, predominantly, is he's saying things that he would normally never say in his real life. Right? It's like trying to act political. Yeah. Listen, if there's one thing Justin Trudeau is a good politician. He's inept in that area in that regard. Like I say, the only thing that I think helped him in any way is the fact, like I say, he had the branding and he had the people, the Canadian people that were fucking sick and tired and fed up with Stephen Harper. He was just lucky by happenstance, by his last name, and by the fact that he offered a couple of goodies to the Canadian people. And the Canadian people were not just sick of Harper, but they're like, oh, well, at least I can dull my pain with some legalized weed and I can change things going forward with a new type of electoral system in this country, which once again, Trudeau fucked both of those files up. So Canadian people have seen the emperor without the clothes, and it's not very impressive, right? Oh, shit. That's some funny stuff. Okay. Okay, we're down to, I think, I'm the only true atheist. You're not. Oh, actually, no, AJ, you probably are an atheist. Well, yeah. Well, no, you could be because, yeah, you don't have any dogma. So that's true. That's true. No, you could be a true atheist because, yeah, a statist, yeah, they're the farthest thing. Well, you know, AJ listens to a lot of very intelligent philosophers such as Stefan Molyneux himself. So he knows the philosophical underpinnings and what it is to actually even be a genuine atheist, right? Not like a cult. It's a cult. It is a cult, and it's run by families. LOL. I'm a Luddite. What's a Luddite? They can each reach the information in their own countries. I keep telling my sister, watch out for those Trudeau memes she puts on her Facebook. Trudeau memes? Is it pro Trudeau or against Trudeau memes? Because if it's just a meme, yeah, they're, I don't know. Like I say, as long as you're even remotely reasonable, like I can't see how they'll try to suppress people for sharing memes. I mean, it would have to be pretty outrageous, I would imagine. Oh shit. Oh, there's another, I see another, what do they call? Oh, super chat. So here, just let me check here. Islam is good for your personal. Okay. Rennie Stemps. Hey, Bennett, you need to do a show with Fox. Fox who? That's a good suggestion there, Rennie or Ryan. Rennie. Yeah. Rainy, right? Yeah, Rainy Steps. Yeah, Rainy. It's got to be Rainy. But who's Fox? I'm out of touch. Oh, no, Faye Knox. Fox. I'm not sure who Fox is. And you don't even have to, don't think that you have to offer any money to answer. We just, if you want, just answer a little further down and I'll know who you're talking about. Cause I'm not sure. I'm always open to engage in dialogue with basically anyone. So yeah, I'd have a chat with anybody. They did hate to their cat in Canada. My father was a Rolling Stone. It's so true. True, bad spell. It's all good. You are an asset to any conversation. I'm not sure who that one was. Oh, wait, that's Rennie there. So let me see. You need to do a show with Fox. Okay, no, that wasn't a response. Oh my God, AJ's thrown in another super chat. That's awesome, AJ. Thank you very much, buddy. Do you got time to appear on the Canadian Roundtable at 8:30 tonight? Friedrich Godzilla Mankins channel tonight? Well, yeah, 8:30. Well, let me just check here real quick. Damn, we're at 8:30 now. Well, actually, yeah, because I've been going 2.5 hours now, so I probably should tie this up soon anyway. So yeah, AJ, oh, you have to send it to me through let's see, was it? Yeah, because we've only ever touched down on predominantly shit. I'm going to scroll down, AJ, share a link to this person's YouTube channel, or at the very least, send to, like we did before with my email, my Gmail account. Send me the link either, like I say, either in this chat, I'll scroll down to the bottom to either that person's channel, and then I'll just get in there and hopefully you can send me a link that way. Although I think it would be much easier than if you want. Just send me the link if you want to that when you are live, get the link or the person to provide you with the link, and I will. Yeah, I'll join in for sure. Yeah, I'll join in, and just give me a little bit though, because obviously I'm going to have to tie this up. But yeah, I'm totally on board with doing that. Glad I did it. Okay, so it's let me just the Canadian Roundtable, TCR. The Canadian Roundtable. Let me just write that down. Well, like I say, just send me something here. The Canadian Roundtable. Canadian Roundtable, TCR. TCR. They're going to be live streaming. Frederick Godzilla Mankins. Oops. Mankins. But yeah, I think I'm probably still going to need you to send that to my email. And if you do, I'll join up for sure. Or if you let me know below, I'll keep scrolling down there and let me know how else you got another way to share it with me. But I think that's about the only way. So anyways, folks, so I'll probably tie this up. Like I say, 2.5 hours is pretty good anyways. And see what these gentlemen, because, they've been, obviously AJ here's been offering some coin in the super chat. So probably should pop over there in their conversation and maybe have a little say. I wish I had some money to offer you guys. Actually, that's a part that sucks. Damn it. I'll have to get this all set up so that I can do the whole reciprocal aspect there. Gator has treats. Thanks. Okay, so let me just scroll down here, get to the bottom, make sure I'm not leaving out any super chats. That's for sure. Just saw your stream and popped in to hit the thumbs up and shout out. I'd imagine too. Hey, thanks, Andy Herc. Thanks, Andy Herc. Really appreciate you showing up to pop in to hit the thumbs up and to do the shout, because those things, like I say, even just that alone does mean a lot, and it helps the channel tremendously. So thank you for doing that. Hey, Fox. Oh, so this Rennie Stamps is saying, hey, Fox, my daughter is getting her new puppy on Monday. So obviously this Fox person must be in the chat here somewhere. I thought she already got it, but very cool. I see Faye Knox, but I don't see Fox. Oh, it must be Faye Knox that you're talking about, because I see what kind, right? Rainy. Kind of dog Rainy. Well, yeah, Faye Knox. Like I say, I'm more than willing to have a chat with anyone. Like I say, all of my social media pages are always in the description of every one of my videos. So if you ever want to contact me in any way, just like I say, just go down in the description of the videos, pick whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Minds, any of those, and just look me up in a message and contact me directly. And yeah, I'll set up anyone to have a conversation with. Like I say, basically anyone. So I'm just going to probably tie it up here, folks. Dope. Carefully. What kind of puppy? Okay. Yeah, looks like I'm down. Hey, I'm down at the bottom of the actual chat, folks. So once again, thanks to everyone for showing up for this live stream this evening. I'm glad I had the time and the ability to actually focus more on those of you in the chat rather than just doing my dialogue with someone else, because this is what I feel it is important to engage with everybody, not just focusing on the particular person that I'm having a conversation or debate or dialogue with, but all you that are in the chat, because I do really appreciate and respect each and every one of you for everything you bring, because it does create this sense of community that's very important, and it is what helps embolden me to keep going. So once again, I'm thankful for every one of you, and thanks to everyone that has donated some money to me. I really appreciate that as well. And like I say, tomorrow. So first up, tomorrow, Sunday, is for sure. Please join us on our live stream tomorrow, me and Julie Mora. It will be on my channel. I'll be posting link just like I did today. And join us there. And then, like I say, after that, I've got a few other set up. I'll leave them and announce them a little bit later. Just I want to make sure that everything's confirmed, all the dates and times and everything. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having lots of conversation and dialogue with lots of other great Canadians out there, and more of them keep popping up every day. And I'm pleased to promote everyone, because as someone that started out with a very, very tiny reach and a very tiny channel, well, still, I'm not overly huge by any stretch of imagination, but I know what it's like to start out with that few subscribers and those few views for your first bunch of videos. It's hard to keep going. So like I said, tremendous amount of respect for those of you that keep going and are persistent and show that kind of resolve to keep saying what you got to say, even when you don't have a big audience. But if you put in that hard work and effort and you're confident in what you say and what you do, you'll see that you will be rewarded for that. And I expect your page will grow and flourish as well. Talk to everyone later. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty. Now we're going to that awkward couple seconds while I wait to hit stop broadcast. Have a good one, everyone.